Get up, Asar. Get up, Asar. Uh-oh.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit. But we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
What up, though, people? It's your boy Detroit Kool-Aid, Woodward Sports in the building, and we got Ball Platte in the building as well. Pistons, Spurs, not the start that you want, all right? We got Jeff on the way as well, but Asar Thompson on the cut to the rim with the ball, man, dribbling against the defender, and when he went to make like the Euro step move, he goes down.
Those are the bad ones.
He goes down, man, and it didn't look like anybody, hit him or anything of that nature. So, you know what? I'm hoping to just cut the time out. I'm hoping that everything's okay with Asar Thompson.
The Euro step ones are the bad ones. Are the bad ones here.
Goodness gracious. But what up, though, people? Smash that like button because we want to make sure that this stream gets into the algorithm. Win, lose, there can be no draw. We still want to make sure that people know what Detroit's all about. And you know what? The Pistons, they've hit a stretch where some people have started to take them down just a notch, my guy, Platte. You look at all of the power rankings. You look at even the MVP rankings, and Cade has come down just a little bit.
Yep.
The Pistons have come down just a little bit. There was a ranking earlier that even had Jaylen Brown ahead of Cade Cunningham right now. And you know what? With what we know about this Detroit Pistons team and J.B. Bickerstaff, I think that's where you want them. You mix that in with the comments that you've heard from the Cavs now. JB's former team about, we told y'all that the Pistons weren't in our class. And they asked JB Bickerstaff about that. He said, you know what? Anybody worth saying that anonymous? If anybody's saying that anonymous, it ain't really worth anything.
Yeah.
And I like the way that he put that. Keep your team.
I love that.
Yeah. Look, it ain't even worth our response. They know that it's about what they do in these playoffs. So they may lose some games. They may win some games right now. But I believe that everything they're doing now in this last, 21 to 22 games of the season is about what they do to prepare for the playoffs. Secure that number one seed. I don't give a frick about, in their mindset, Cade playing for the MVP or knowing the moment. I don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
I care about this team going in and understanding what's in front of them right now.
Right.
Because I saw a Cleveland Cavaliers team the last few years that hasn't quite done that. And realistically, they haven't met expectation even when they had the number one seed in Eastern Conference.
Absolutely, man. I think that when it comes to this team and their expectations, look, the Cade Cunningham MVP stuff is fun. It's nice, and I'm very hopeful that it can happen. And honestly, understandably so, the way he's been knocked down a peg, because this was the moments where if he had more games like that New York Knicks game and such, like we are looking at him. It was a showcase for him, and unfortunately, it also coincided with a Pistons slump. So to me, it looks like Asar is walking to the locker room on his own strength, which is very good.
That limp is not necessarily I am hoping it's more the optimistic view that you have right now, and not like when I saw my pops get injured just playing rec league ball, and he was doing the same type of limp. So I won't say what injury he had. Yeah, we'll just hope that Asar is good.
Yeah, because that could be season defining for this Detroit Pistons team.
That's an understatement.
But back to this team, man, and where they're at. Yeah, at the end of the day, this team just needs to play great basketball. This team needs to get back to Detroit Pistons basketball. That is the key to their unlocking their ceiling. Is that this team does have to win a specific way, and we're seeing teams recently be able to make Detroit have to play their way instead of making Detroit the aggressors, making Detroit the dictators of the game. And that is an issue for this team. So they need to wholeheartedly get back to that. And I think they will, man. I think it's very foolish to think that this team or any team could come in for 82 games and look great. OKC, the supposed dynasty, has looked rough for what, like a month.
Yeah.
They've looked, I won't say rough. That's too negative.
By their standard. They've looked
yes.
rough. I get what you mean. And for the Pistons and for these teams that are gearing up for the playoffs, I think that you're starting to see these other teams flex their muscles a little bit in ways that the Pistons, maybe they just don't. I think that they're learning.
Yep.
Like last year, they said when they went through that playoff experience, you know what? Now we know what to do. Now we understand what it's about. Now we know how to train in the offseason. And you're seeing some of these other
Cade
teams
getting easy looks. Love it.
You're seeing. Yeah, he is. The Pistons down 15-9, 8:08 left in the first quarter. But you're seeing some of these other teams like the Knicks, even the Hornets. You're seeing Boston playing well. You're seeing the Cavs play well, especially after the trade and bringing over Harden. Mm-hmm. And I believe that during this time right now, some people are making so much about the Pistons, and I'm like they still have a pretty good record over the last 10 games. Though they haven't looked quite how we wanted them to look, they have found ways to win some of these games. They've dropped a couple. So last week to the Spurs, this week to the Cavs. Hopefully they reverse the trend this week and take one from the Spurs. But overall, I think that the Pistons have played well, and I think that for a team that's still learning, for a team that's still experiencing this kind of for the first time, maybe the second time, this is the first time that they're experiencing this part of the season, knowing that they're headed to the playoffs and seeing other teams start to take it up a notch, and now they're going to have to find a way to match that as well, man. So
absolutely.
I'm glad that they're going through this process right now. Learn right now. These teams right now are ratcheting up their defense and playing the Pistons in ways that I believe the Pistons were going to be played in the playoffs.
Yep.
But these
100%.
teams have to do that now. So that's why I'm like, you know what, Pistons, learn right now. Take your lumps right now. And if your lumps right now was like
Cade,
it's like winning, 5 or 6 of your last 8 games.
Damn, Duran, you gotta finish that.
Then I'm all for it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. I just can't wait to hear the update on Asar. We got a super chat from I Say That, $5 super chat. Said those white Pistons unis and those black Spurs ones scream NBA Finals. Love the stream. Thank you, Chris and Kool-Aid. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you big time for that one. Yeah, honestly, this is like nostalgic. This is nostalgic for me. Pistons white unis, Spurs black unis. This brings back some memories, both good and bad, some highs and lows. But I would love it. I would love it if the Pistons are playing the Spurs in the finals. I would love for that to react. What's that?
We owe the Spurs a loss in the finals.
We do. We owe the Spurs our get back. And that's what I think tonight is. I think the Pistons will get their get back. Obviously the Asar injury could change that, but I came into this, I said it on the heavyweight stream, I think the Pistons get it back tonight. I do.
And I believe that Asar, obviously, he plays a big, big role for this team. But ultimately, you have 2 All-Stars on the squad, and Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren. And that's who ultimately needs to step up in a time like this.
I agree.
And you know what? I see Aaron, he says he's tired of teams lighting us up, close out. This is something that they have to get figured out by the time they get to the playoffs. Now, look, they had a stretch of games there before this kind of last 7 to 10 games where their perimeter defense and closing out on the three-pointers has looked bleak. But before that, they looked decent. Now, I wonder what teams are doing differently now to be able to attack them from the perimeter. And realistically, it's like they're just making that extra 1 or 2 passes around the perimeter. The Pistons defense gets a little bit discombobulated, out of sorts.
Wow, look
and then
at that
somebody's
stat.
wide open. The defended field goal percentage lowest this season. Cade Cunningham is 3rd in the NBA at 42.8%.
Oh, my God.
Victor Wembanyama is 1st at 40.9%.
And Derek White,
41%.
too. I mean, shout out to Derek White. Great, tremendous defensive guard. But Cade.
Man, we could have traded Jaden Ivey for Derek White at one point.
Does that seem – oh, my God, yeah, we could have fucked.
Yeah. Act like I didn't say that.
Oh, my
folks.
God.
Yeah, think about that right now.
Oh, my God.
I was thinking about that the other day.
Talk about
like,
what would
dog.
just completely change our ceiling.
I was like, man, do I even want to say this ever?
Yeah.
Because it hurts to say out
Wow.
loud. Like, I like Ivy, but if you were not going to pick up the option.
Oh, Duren, come on. You got to finish these against Wemby.
I swear these are
God.
goaltends,
Right.
and they did call it. I know the Pistons probably sent it and saved to the league after that last game, bro, because after every single one of Wemby's attempts or blocks, the Pistons were saying goaltend, goaltend, goaltend. They were like, and you know what? I think, and not all of them were goaltends.
He's going to make that rule very
I think
hard.
maybe one of them, realistically, when I look back at it, was probably goaltend. Wemby's just amazing player.
No, yeah.
And
honestly,
he's a
that
specimen.
one, I'm grateful they called goaltending. I could have seen that going either way.
Maybe at the summit.
Maybe it was at the summit. It was either at the summit. I don't think it dropped yet.
Jalen Duren, man, and that's what I'm saying.
Duren is aggressive though. You love to see that. You love to see him not afraid. But they are figuring out the geometry of the court with Victor Wembanyama. They are. And that's something that they're going to have to – that might be Jalen Duren's second. I know that Wemby that's definitely going to be a foul on Duren, but I don't know if that's going to be his second. If that is, that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, Vic, what he has to understand is this. Vic is not going to just run by Duren. Duren is athletic enough. He's shown to be nimble enough in the side-to-side steps to be able to slide to the basket with Victor Wembanyama. So stay home. Make him beat you with jumpers
100%.
over your stretched-out arms. That's what Tayshaun Prince was really, really, really good at, was not allowing people to beat him off the dribble and not going for that pump fake. Yep. He would just make sure that he extended and make sure that he played sound defense, man. So you're right, man. It's unfortunate to see Duren get these 2 fouls. Victor Wembanyama, honestly, it seemed like he was playing for that.
Oh, my God, what a block. Yeah, Castle's a dog.
Yeah, that was a clean block.
This team, man, like, it's not just Wemby, dude. Like, this team is special in the way that they defend. It's incredible. Yeah, it is absolutely incredible. Shout out to Jeff in the building.
What up, Jeff? Hey, brother. We got comida on the way too, man. We got some food on the way.
Stu so misses a 3. Okay, yeah. And thank you, boss. And go ahead and lower Kool-Aid's camera a bit. I made it a little too tall. I made it off my height, not Kool-Aid's. So my bad. I've been trying.
See, look, some people will say I'm tall at just under 6'2", but this dude over here is 6'5".
Redefining.
This is a place where I actually feel short.
There we go, Cade
and Bray here.
Go at him.
It's 15-24, 5:16 left in the first quarter.
Look, this team is going to be tough, man, no matter how you slice it.
JB's already hot.
No matter how you slice it, this team is going to be tough.
Hey, look, this is the stats right now. Pistons are shooting 35% from the floor, 20% from behind the arc. Spurs, 64% from the floor, 57% from behind the arc, man.
Yeah, and that's the key, man. Okay, questionable right ankle sprain. Okay, that's good.
That's better. That's great news.
That's way better than what you think. When you see a Euro step injury, that is usually some ligaments, and that's a scary thing. So we avoided a big time injury with the SAR. That is great. I will gladly take that ankle sprain. Hopefully he can return this game. The fact that they didn't rule him out for this game also lets me know that it's not like bad at all.
I'm going to be for real. Shout out to Pistons PR because they did hit us up like a few minutes ago. So I'm going to be continuing to monitor the text because we could have actually broke that before the broadcast. But, yeah, they said it to SAR's questionable to return tonight with the right ankle sprain. So shout out. Now the Pistons running. Golly, Ron Holland almost put somebody on a poster. It looks like he's going to get some free throws out of this. Oh, it was Harper, too. Shout out to Harper, man.
Shout out to Harper,
got them connections to Detroit. Almost got put on a poster by Ron Holland off the alley-oop.
Ooh.
That was nice. Duncan Robinson with the nice pass. He could have gotten that up just a little bit higher, but that was dope.
Yeah. Man, it sucks because I love all of the prospects that the Spurs got, bro. They have such a good team. They are my guy Noah. Shout out to Noah. He watches the stream. You met Noah at the airport. Remember?
Yeah.
All-Star weekend? Yeah. That's
right
my boy Noah.
Right off of All-Star. He was like, he looked over, then looked over again. He was like, "Hey, bro, are you cool for Woodward Sports?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah." I was with my family. I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
He's like, "Bro, I watch you and the heavyweights, bro." He's like, "Do you know Platte?" He's like, "That is my guy."
Yeah.
So shout out to
Noah, man. Noah,
it's cool people.
Noah has been big on San Antonio's in the finals this year. Like he's been saying it for weeks now. San Antonio's making it out the West, and dude, they can. They absolutely can. I mean, they're such a young team, but at the same time, they're so good. And the way they play is such a problem for everybody, especially when Wembanyama's doing that, hitting a 3. You hate to see games like that. You hate to see moments like that for Victor Wembanyama. Also, Jeff, I wasn't able to figure out the TV thing, so I don't know. Maybe
I could try.
Yeah, maybe if you can. Yeah, if not.
Yeah, hey, 19-27 of Spurs are leading 4:21. Oh my gosh. Straight away 3 in the face. De'Aaron Fox, man. 30-19. The Spurs look like a well-oiled machine. Like, they have figured out some things.
They're playing their best basketball right now.
Oh, definitely. And you know what, actually, it's that their offense is not necessarily dependent on Wemby having a good game.
It's not.
They have a lot of guys who can play not just ISO pretty well, but they can play the team ball well because I think they play fast. De'Aaron Fox didn't necessarily have a good game last against the Detroit Pistons, but already here you see him trying to get to action and get to work against them. And so this is going to be something for the Pistons. Victor Wembanyama already has 12 points, and Ron Holland leads the Pistons with 6. This is a game in which I would have loved, and I'm going to continue to say this, I want to see Cade Cunningham
you're the
be the difference maker as it relates to scoring. You know, I know that some people say, hey, look, but that's not his game. Mm-hmm. He likes to probe early. But with the makeup of this team, how this particular squad is, and what you're trying to do to make sure that you can finish with that number 1 overall seed and have a great chance throughout these playoffs, it's going to come down to who? Cade Cunningham. In the playoffs, think 100%. About this. The narrative changes in the playoffs to where it's like, no, we need Cade. He even said it, too, when we were in the playoffs. He said, the first game I was kind of, probing, looking for the teammates first. Second game, though, I felt like I knew how to get out there and just go, find my spots and go. I think we need that Cade for these games, especially when it's these types.
Yes.
The Cavs, the Spurs, the Celtics, the Knicks. It's not just Madison Square where we want to see Madison Square Cade. We should see just Cade.
Yes.
That guy in all of these big games.
Well said. I think that's the key, and that's why I had so much faith in this Piston team in this game against San Antonio. Is Cade. JB has said it. I've said it. Everybody said that Cade is one of those people that he figures you out, and it doesn't take long. Sometimes it's even within a game that he figures out, okay, boom, these are your principles. This is what you're running defensively. These are the adjustments you're going to make. All right, cool. I got this, and break it down. So that's why I had confidence in this game, because I believe that Cade Cunningham and the Pistons kind of were starting to figure some things out with the Spurs. Now, Spurs have enough talent to where even if you figure them out, good luck stopping them. They're a good team. They're at home. They're playing some of their best basketball. They just came up off a tough loss to New York recently, and so they're going to be locked and loaded for this game. They know what it means for the Pistons, but I have faith that the Pistons could absolutely be competitive against San Antonio if that were the crash course NBA Finals we might see. I think the Pistons could be, even if the Spurs get this one, I just trust Cade Cunningham's ability to figure out 100. And Duran to figure out the physicality against Wembanyama. And we got to see if Wembanyama can handle 4 straight rounds of physical playoff basketball. Like, we have to see that. So for me, I'm excited, man. I love this game. I think this game is a good measuring stick, but at the same time, if the Pistons are to come up on the short end of this, I don't think this is doom and gloom, because worst case scenario, this is a team you see in the finals. You're not seeing them after this. You're not seeing them for the rest of the year, maybe. So, so don't trip about this loss. Don't crash out about this loss. I just need to see them starting to trend back to Detroit basketball. And that, to me, starts with taking care of the ball.
100%. Last game, I thought that's what definitely did them in.
Yep. Was
not necessarily the amount of turnovers they had, because it wasn't like they had 20, they had 13, but it was the time. It was just the least opportune time to have a turnover when they're trying to come back from a deficit and they're just making a run, then they shoot themselves in the foot, or if they're trying to stop the other teams from going on a run.
And he's been somebody that since he signed his contract, God bless, he has got to step up. He has got to get back to playing Dennis Jenkins basketball. And it particularly helps with the scoring aspect. They desperately need that. Yeah. Schroeder had what last night? 15 or 20? Yeah, he had 15 against the Pistons.
And that's the role that Dennis is supposed to be playing.
Yep. And if Dennis gives you 15, you're winning that game.
And part of it is not just the defensive aspect. It's also about, the facilitation and what he brought earlier in the season. It was that fearless play at the end of games. It was that big game ability, including hitting shots to send us to overtime, including going into overtime and into clutch moments and getting a couple buckets and free throws and such. We haven't really seen that Dennis. There were games where even if he didn't score a lot during the course of the game, when we got to the clutch time, we knew he was going to have an impact when he entered. So it would be nice to see him get back to that. He's been decent, but he hasn't been as impactful as we have grown to see and what we need from him, which is a difference, which matters. Oh, sweet. We got it up over here now.
Oh, there we go. We're good. Shout out to Jeff, man. He's the GOAT in the TD booth. Unless we're talking
31-19, 2:40 left in the first quarter. The Spurs right now are on a pace of up over 120 for that offensive pace, which would definitely push the Pistons' defensive rating up a whole lot, man.
Dude, man, this is such good basketball. Like, I'd love to see it. Luke Kornet, public enemy #1 of the NBA this week. Yeah, he made some
No
claims.
Magic City, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think, man? You want some Magic City in your life?
Tricky question for me right now. Considering I might
hurt.
have a certain audience, but yeah.
Shout out to
I'll
Jeff
say
and the Magic
It's
TD
the
booth.
wings. It's the wings.
Yeah, it's the wings.
The wings.
Yeah, it's the wings. It's the meat that's there that
meat.
you're looking for. But I think that Luke Kornet. Look, my thing is, when you can have your beliefs and that's fine, and you can share your beliefs, that's fine too. But just understand that, like, when you do like morality projection, that's going to be projected onto you, and if you're comfortable with that, that's fine. But just at the end of the day, people have the right to make their own decisions and do what they want, and those are some hardworking women. So if that's what they want to be, that's what they want to be. Sasser in. Do you like this? For them?
I mean, you have to try something.
You need a scoring
as
punch.
it relates to offense.
A shooting punch specifically. You need to stretch Wemby.
I think just scoring overall and shot creation in general.
Shout out
it
LeVert.
would be nice to have the
Won't hear me
3-point
say that
shooting, but I like the attempt. But right now,
I
you
like
got to
the
get
attempt.
buckets.
But come on, young fella.
You got to get better attempts than that. But ultimately, I need better shot creation out of Detroit Pistons in a half-court set, and I think that's what Marcus Sasser is in for, because he can play and he can shoot and he can create a little bit off of the dribble. Now, he's a facilitator that passes a lot better when his offensive game is in the goal, not when he's sitting there hunting for a pass. So, my gosh, Stewart just tipped that in for the Spurs,
Wow.
33-21, 124 left in the first quarter.
A point for that. I think that's how that works. I think when it's its own bucket, when it's your own player scoring a bucket, it's like the person closest to it gets.
Spurs defense is tough.
It is.
It's tough, and that's why I said I'm glad that the Pistons
Need
they're
more scoring.
getting looks of this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, not our first time really seeing this team playing in their rhythm is in the playoffs or in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm glad that they're seeing these teams, the Cavs, and the Spurs right now. Two squads that they have a good chance of meeting if they have aspirations for a championship this season.
Absolutely, but at the same time, this Piston team has to get back to their basketball before they can start to think about those lofty goals of a finals. So I think that, and I think that they will too. I think that this is a stretch, and this stretch could go 3 weeks. It could go 4 weeks, but this Piston team is going to climb out from this. And so far, honestly, I won't say they played bad. It's just San Antonio has played great. They're not forcing turnovers, or they're not turning the ball over themselves. And so, they're not doing a lot of the typical Piston mistakes. I mean, you're just seeing one team that's executing better on offense than the other, to be honest with you.
And I don't think that is lofty goals to have the championship there.
I just mean if you're playing like the way they've been playing the last 2 weeks.
But with the expectation, I think teams go through their ebbs and flows.
Mm-hmm.
The expectation is get there. The expectation is you have to get out of this. The expectation is these funks. You know that the ebbs and flows of basketball, the rhythms, just like how there are runs in games, there's going to be runs in season. And that's where I want the Pistons to play like they belong and not play like a team that's in a funk. I want them to play like a squad that doesn't have to. Like let JB Bickerstaff handle the refs for you. Like you see Danis Jenkins there talking to the ref. And I get it, especially when the level of physicality that's being played, it might not be as consistently called. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where you get the Pistons' biggest gripe. I've heard J.B. Bickerstaff now, when his complaint specifically goes, it's not necessarily about if they're calling fouls or not. It's about how they're calling it both ways. If one team is able to play a certain way or not. And so, I'm hoping that they continue to ride with that same mentality that they've had since the beginning of the season, that they're trying to get to the championship game. And when they go back and they look at these things, especially against the teams like the Spurs, that they're able to take away a lot. Now, game planning is where adjustments is where I'm looking to see something different.
Yes.
Because to this point, correct me if I'm wrong, and this is, correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't seen much adjustment as it relates to their offense. Hey, Jeff, I think it might be here, brother.
Yeah. Shout out to, honestly, the chat. Aaron's long time guy says, man, Chris, come on, man. They play like ass. Kool-Aid, I don't think they have this game. I think they played better than they played against Cleveland. Wouldn't you agree? I know the score doesn't reflect that, but I feel like I'm seeing less, again, turnovers. I'm seeing quality shots, but what I'm seeing is a great defense. What I've seen is a great defense and, truthfully, a better offense than you right now. And that's kind of been the issue for the Pistons. And we've all known it. It's been the elephant in the room all season is offensively, can this team get up enough or can they just, slugfest you to death? But this is a team that can also slugfest you to death. So it's tough.
That's why in games like this, when you're trying to find probably some shot creation by bringing in a guy like Marcus Sasser, where I just believe you're going to have to find ways to get your guy, your all-star, your superstar, your all-NBA Cade Cunningham, you're going to have to find ways to get him going.
Yep.
That's where I'm at this point in time. If you're at the point where you're trying to rely on if Duncan Robinson is going to hit, 8 3-pointers, if you're trying to get to the point where you're trying to rely on if, Danis Jenkins is going to have some of the runs we saw him have earlier in the season, that's just not what it is, man.
4 blocks already for the Spurs after one quarter. The Spurs are winning the rebounding battle. No surprise. No surprise they're shooting better, so you'd expect them to win the rebounding right now. 13-16. Fast break points, 4 for the Pistons, 0 for the Spurs. So the Pistons have done a good job, again, not allowing – both teams have – not allowing points off turnovers. That's where the Pistons eat. They only got 3 points. The Spurs have 2 points. Points in the paint, San Antonio's got a 2-point edge there. It's just honestly been the shooting. The shooting has been better from outside, and that's been the difference. The Pistons are getting to the line more, but it's been the offense, man. I think these teams are playing pretty evenly outside of just the Spurs have executed better on offense. They made more shots.
Yeah, and ultimately that's where the Pistons have to be able to manufacture something a little bit different here, because the Spurs are going to continue to bring this defense, but the Pistons, they don't have much else to bring on the offense. It's not like you can say, well, let's scheme to get, somebody other than Duncan Robinson open. Yeah, let's scheme to get somebody else open other than Duncan Robinson. It ain't happening.
You got to do what you got to do.
Shout out to the legendary Beth in the building.
Shout out.
We ain't going to put you on camera. We're not going to do that.
Hey.
But shout out. We should take a picture of it at the very least and get that out there, man.
It's what you gotta do.
Hey Jeff, there's a cheese in there for my kids. So I'm gonna take that later.
From the back, just to see how off the rails this setup is.
Shout out to Beth. Pistons.
Hey, we make it work though. We trying to make it work.
Come up with a quick bucket there. 26-38. Spurs look like they took a timeout.
43 in the second quarter. Yep. And look, the Pistons shooting numbers. Look, the Spurs shooting numbers, they got a little bit worse. They go from 60% down to 56% shooting. The Pistons, they get a little bit worse.
Yeah.
I got 3 of them boys.
Yeah.
They go from 30% shooting to 26.7. They go from 26% from behind the arc down to 22.2. Now, silver lining.
Yep.
They've hit all their free throws at least.
Yeah. No, honestly, that's a big
together.
deal. Thank you. Go.
Appreciate you, Jeff. Yeah. No, shout out Queen Kool-Aid too.
Shout out
Queen Kool-Aid. I put the bat signal up. I was like, can you please get us some food? She was like, yo, I got you. Shout out to Wifey, and Jeff made sure to get it from the front because it looked like the driver was trying to dip on us, man. Did you notice that? Jeff was up there with his hands folded like, hold on, bro. I saw that. I was like, bro, what is going on, man? Bring back our food. We hungry. It's been a long day. It's going to be long nights.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. I really wouldn't. So shout out to you guys for being here. Smash the like button to support us. Let's get these likes as high as possible. And you know what? Let's be real about the Pistons. Let's be real about the Pistons because they're in a different stratosphere now. What was refreshing today was how I've heard all of the different shows, realistically over the last few weeks, talk about the Detroit Lions. It was refreshing. It was real. It was something I've needed. And honestly, I think it helps when we look at these Detroit Pistons and the Red Wings and the Tigers now, who are all stepping into different stratospheres from the past. We all expect playoffs from all of our teams. And with the Pistons in particular, they're stepping into a place that we believe that we've seen the Lions step into, right? The Lions made had this kind of hot run, then made the playoffs, and then everybody said, you know what, they're real. The Pistons, they kind of had their hot run and made the playoffs all in the same year, and now they're the number one seed in the East, looking like one of the best teams in all the NBA, have challenged for that best team record in all the NBA for the better part of the last month. This thing is real, but you want to see them continue to put forth the effort that shows that as well. And that's where I'm hoping that they get something going with Cade. Now, I do wonder this. Cade has played a high usage all season long. And I'm wondering if those types of things are starting to catch up with him. Now, can the Pistons even afford to play the usage rate game with Cade? Can they afford to play the load management game with Cade?
I don't think they can.
Because last year, I think it cost him his rhythm.
I think so, too. I think so, too. That's why I know you're looking at this stretch of games coming up. You got Brooklyn twice, Miami. You got some games where Cade could rest. I don't think they're resting him.
I would bring his minutes down, but I don't think you can really afford to take him completely out of games.
Yeah, I think he's a rhythm-based player, man.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Because, goodness, I believe that too, 100%. He's one of those guys who plays off that.
And it's through.
You
couple
know what?
Bounces, but.
And, I'm glad to see a couple bounces go, and then it drops. The Pistons cut the double-digit lead to single digits now. They are down 9 points, 38-29, 10:55 left in the second quarter, and they can't really stop the Spurs either. When you talk about the Spurs defense, one thing I've noticed, the Pistons defense hasn't been as menacing as it was earlier in the season. Before All-Star break, their defense was a lot more stout. Now, you're seeing teams be able to find and pick apart their defense a little bit. Cade Cunningham looks for the three-pointer. I'm glad to see him looking for a shot. I want to see him get to those mid-range looks if he can.
Yes. I think he's shown he's been able to get to the mid-range. Oh, my God. Wow. What a terrible take from. Oh, alley-oop to Javonte Green from Karis LeVert. Jeff,
with the alley-oop layup?
Yeah, you haven't really gotten a chance to speak yet. What are kind of your takeaways so far? How are you feeling about things?
It's clear that the Pistons should have actually grabbed.
Oh my word!
Oh, Spurs right back
at
in the alley.
The deadline, like an actual shooter. Like, of course you wanted to offload Jaden Ivey. I get it, but you could have spent something else. You could have gave up something else. You could have gave up some capital. Because right now it doesn't look like this team has enough shooting, especially when they go through droughts like this. Like this is a drought, and
oh my God,
especially
that's just unfair.
Especially when your defense.
What they call and one on that?
Yep.
Especially when your defense can't, commit to getting the high amount of turnovers that they were before the All-Star break, and turning those into points. Like then this Pistons offense truly gets pretty stagnant. Especially if, teams are, really throwing a lot of bodies at Cade. You don't really have anyone, they don't trust anyone else out there to actually knock down shots unless it's Duncan Robinson. So that's an issue. Like, they might want to think about letting Chaz get some minutes, see what he can do, because at least he can shoot the ball. At least he can shoot it.
Yeah, I think you're seeing that with Sasser already, getting a look. Like, the Pistons are clearly looking and saying that their offense isn't enough. Excuse me. Stu goes right at Wemby and draws a foul.
Love it.
Love that. Wemby, man, he makes it look like a nerf for him. It's so unfair.
Yeah, his last couple buckets were.
It's so unfair to be able to just shoot a jump shot and then step in and tip slam, take one step, leap, and tip slam it yourself.
And get the and one.
And
I
get
thought
the
it was
and
a
one.
week of an
That's
and one.
literally what you do on the Nerf rim. It's insane.
But you're not stopping him.
Yeah. So,
You know, the one thing
great
I've
pass
seen
from Cade.
that the Pistons can do to really bother Wemby
What's that?
is to get into his chest.
Yeah. I think so. I
Jalen
think
Duren to get into his chest. Like, make him uncomfortable because as tall as he is, his length is his, biggest asset. If you put your shoulder right into his chest and make him feel uncomfortable, that's not something that he's used to. He's not used to someone being able to overpower him and, truly, put some strength on him, put some weight on him, because that's ideally what you would want to see Jalen Duren, even Isaiah Stewart. Just put your shoulder in his chest, make him uncomfortable.
The thing is, ultimately, making sure that they can get those angles. The Spurs have been doing a really good job defensively.
Great job.
At taking away those angles, because if you just drive straight at him, he'll be able to back up and just block your shot like a volleyball spike. But if you get the right angle, where your drive starts with him guarding you kind of at the free throw line extended, then he's having to guard you side by side, you get a better chance at being able to kind of snake around or sneak under or getting him a little bit off balance. And I think they said that they figured something out at the end of the last game, and their offense looked better. Now, I wonder how engaged the Spurs really were or weren't during that time, especially Wemby. But I want to see them get back to that. I haven't really seen the pick and roll be anything of that could even really matter over these last few games for the Pistons, even though they've been one of your better pick and roll teams for the most part of this season. So I want to see them get back to their bread and butter, even if Cade ain't passing it off that mug. You telling me you can't screen him open in the mid-range?
Right.
It's Cade.
Yeah.
He's a 6'7" point guard. You can't tell me that you don't got two players that you can have step up, set a double pick, have somebody step up,
Get him
and
to
just
a
have
video
some
look.
type of double rub with the dribble handoff or
Shout out the
something.
double rub.
To the double rub, man. Like, you can't tell me that can't
Shout out
happen right now.
Magic City.
Get him, South Magic City. Get him in a position, man, to be able to get some looks where we know Cade Cunningham is very, very efficient.
Yeah, and I say that with the super chat. Wemby plays with so much intensity. My word.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Wemby.
Dude, I am.
I'm a fan.
I am.
Jeez. He plays the game the right way.
And unsuccessful challenge.
It's hard not to be a fan of him, but at the same time, you could still,
Still
you gotta
fuck
beat
him.
him. He's still beatable.
yeah.
Like
still-
let's not act like he's like
It's
this
still fuck 'em.
unbeatable guy. You know what I mean?
No, I'm for basketball being played the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've loved basketball my whole life. And when you see the NBA go from what we knew, I came up on the tail end of Bad Boys, Joe Dumars handing the baton off to Grant Hill. I got to see the Going to Work Pistons, and they put up some, they had some jack to them as it relates to what they were going to bring to the court. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, what's the score here for these Pistons?
Jalen Duren getting set to check back in, heading to the scorer's table. Castle, man, I think honestly, Castle is really the thing that takes this team over the top. Is his ability to just
Goodness.
be
On the
such a
perimeter,
great
he's
defender.
he's one of the most elite perimeter defenders in the league.
He's already there. He's already there. Like, look at these looks that Cade
There you go,
just
Cade.
made.
Mid-range Cade. Let's go.
But man, does Castle make it tough for Cade, man. Shout out to Castle.
That's why I said they got to do something different to be able to spring Cade Cunningham open.
Javonte Green on Castle.
Our ball handlers, they're not as fast.
Can't fall
as
for
these
fakes, guys. What
Goodness
is this
gracious.
lack of fundamentals?
You know who called Stephen Castle? Stephon Castle. You know
Stephon
who
Castle,
called him?
Who?
JB. I was about to say JB Bickerstaff. JB Smooth. We were all sitting here saying, "Who's gonna be the guy with this draft?" He's like, "I'm telling y'all, I see something there." We were like, "Man, you think he's gonna be there with his 3-point shooting not as good?" He was like, I see something there. He's the one. And seeing how he's developed,
right.
he's been really, really good, bro.
Yeah, man.
Fearless.
It's incredible.
Did you
He's
see?
been. I'm gonna be honest. He's been what? I don't even want to say this out loud. This is gonna hurt. He plays in ways that we wanted Jaden Ivey to play next to Cade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Again,
no wasted motion, no wasted action, just
Yes.
straight to the rim. Like
because people were always, talking about the 3-point, and that was, to J.I.'s credit, that was the one thing that he did kind of improve on. Great crafty finish from Cade, but it didn't go in. You can see they're just trying to figure out Wemby. But the thing is that this Piston team, like with J.I., he did improve the 3-point shot, which you love to see. But you didn't necessarily need to be the greatest floor spacer. Like, I mean, look at this Piston team in general. Yep. They are getting points without high-level floor spacing a lot of the time on the floor. So that goes to show you that you can just floor spacing. I'm not going to call it a myth or anything like that. I'm not going to take it that far, but it does kind of get overvalued to some aspects where, like, if you do what Castle does, where it's just straight attacks to the rim, you're a menace on defense. Like, those things would have absolutely helped the Pistons tremendously. And unfortunately, J.I. wasn't able to be that. And hopefully, we'll see what he ends up somewhere else. But yeah, I was big on Castle too in the draft. I wasn't ready to call him because that was the Scoot draft. No, that was Scoot Wemby. Who was the Castle draft?
You said the Castle draft?
Yeah,
that was with Ron Holland.
That was with Ron Holland? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Castle,
yep.
That's a good draft too because I like Matas a lot.
Matas Buzelis.
Yeah.
It was cool getting to see these guys play down at
What do we call that draft?
Matas Buzelis was going to be a guy, man. He was going to be a player.
That,
absolutely.
It was the role player draft.
What?
Yeah.
That draft was just full of
Duran with the and one on Wemby. Let's go.
Great role players.
Let's go.
Like a great role player draft.
Let's go, Duran. That's now 2 we've seen on Wemby in this quarter. I don't know his foul trouble. I will have to look that up. Let's see what his.
I think that's 3.
He has 3, Wemby?
I think so.
Okay, let me double check that just to make sure Jeff's not full of shit. No, I'm kidding.
Not necessarily a pick and roll look, but it's good to see.
That is 2
Cade
on Wemby.
Cunningham
Jeff is full
to
of
Jalen
shit.
Duran. It's definitely good to see Cade Cunningham to Jalen Duran on that because these are the guys that have to be the catalyst. When you have 2 all-stars, 2 bona fide all-stars who you believe are also all NBA players and potentially USA team members, these are the guys that when your offense isn't going, those have to be the catalysts out there on the squad for your team every night. Especially when you're down one of your starters, one of your dogs in Asar Thompson tonight, who was right ankle sprains, questionable return, probably not coming back tonight.
Yeah,
limped off to the locker room.
That's right too. Shout out Attila. It's his birthday. Remember, Attila commented on Tuesday's stream that Thursday's stream was gonna be the birthday.
Shout out, man! Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Attila.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Cade playing like trash, says Harold Williams. I can't say that, man. Like, I really can't.
I had to sing the cultural version.
Yeah.
Pistons get it together. 52-37, 7:10 left in the second quarter. And realistically, I'm going to continue to say this. I want to see a lot, heavy doses of Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duran. If you're not putting in Chaz, if you're not putting in Sass to see what these guys can give you, that's what I want to see. Cade right to a spot in the mid-range. The last 2 buckets he's made have come from where? The mid-range. One on the right side, this one falling away on the left side. That's what I want to see. That's one of his spots where you see him comfortable. And when he hits that shot, he's walking, he's strutting backwards. Get the ball back to Cade.
But you know what else, Kool-Aid? Like, if you want to beat the Spurs, you need to get
just back them down.
You need to get them moving backwards. You need to get them on their
Don't
heels.
bail them out like
Why
that.
did he just shoot a 18, 20-footer, bro? Like that was and then Wemby came down and got a foul on the same type of play.
Yep.
What were you saying, though, Jeff? God,
if you want to beat the Spurs, you got to get them moving downhill.
Oh, exactly. I mean, if
you
got to
get them on their
that's
heels.
the game plan.
You got to get them on their heels.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And if you're the Pistons, if your whole game plan is by J.B. Bickerstaff's on admission, we want to touch the paint at first, then you have to actually do that. And here you go. You see Cade Cunningham getting downhill, being able to effectively fade away or step to the left to get the clean look on the shot before he gets all the way downhill where Wemby was waiting to try and make that block. So those are the things that it's like, I want to see the adjustment. They can't call a foul on that. That's weak.
What was that?
That's weak, and that's on Dent. That's weak.
That's his 4th then.
Hey, hold on. Let me reserve the right to see, I guess, the highlight. But look at this highlight.
Yeah, that's weak.
Hands straight up.
Wow.
That's weak.
4 fouls for during
If JB doesn't challenge
They have to challenge
They
that.
have to challenge that. That is
They're not.
weak.
They're not challenging
What?
that. That's terrible.
For as much as I hear Wemby say things like, for ethical hoops, man. No, don't walk to the line like you earned that. You better go to Dern and say, hey, bro, my bad, man. I don't know what the ref's calling. I don't like that because that's double speak. He knows exactly what to do to get people chirping because he's a good player. But, bro, that was as SJ as I've seen it. That was weak.
JB, coach of JD right now. JB, you've made worse challenges. If you have a challenge in your pocket,
I would have taken that one if they had the challenge. Maybe they didn't have it. That was weak. Maybe, you know what?
Chad, did they use their challenge yet? I don't think they did.
And if they didn't, I'm going to be through with you. I've seen
That
them
was
challenge
terrible.
those types of plays all season. And you know what the refs do? They come back and find some way to say,
Yep.
well, initially, what we thought was a foul wasn't, but we saw his pinky.
Especially
his pinky
if it's an all-star.
touched his drawstring. Foul.
Duncan Robinson on the offensive glass. Who needs Jalen Duren, huh?
54-41.
Duncan.
The Pistons keep battling. This could get swung open to a 20-point lead, but they just keep trying to keep it within some type of reach.
They do. And what's going to make that reach very tough is
perimeter defense.
the fact that, the fact that this team is now without their
Let's go.
all-star in Jalen Duren.
His last 3 shots have come from where?
The
mid-range. I'm going to keep saying it. Rewind the tape, y'all. Rewind this. We already said this. Cade Cunningham, get to your spots. This is a situation just like, tell me this. Do we win the game against the Knicks if Cade doesn't go ballistic? No. We're playing against the teams that are saying, hey, Cade, we're going to make you beat us now. That's what this is. We told Kobe, you're going to have to beat us, buddy. That's what we told. You're one of those guys now, Cade. They're not all sitting here. All the players voted you number 1 in the All-Star game. We don't get – thank the fans. They voted you 4th. Thank the coaches. They voted you 2nd. The players voted you number 1. They're not stepping out there in this court just saying, no, but, hey, we're just going to lay down and let you run over us. If you're number 1, they're lining up to say, you know what, you're going to have to be the one to beat us. Just like we would step out against those teams, LeBron, D-Wade, you're going to have to be the ones to beat us. And when it came time, ultimately, when they got their turn, those were the reasons why that our team ultimately went down to them. And I think that with Cade Cunningham, that's what he's going to have to be. Pick your spots, get to your spots quick, and honestly, know who you are, bro. I'm not surprised that he went out there and hit his last 3 buckets that he didn't make from the mid-range, contested. I'm not surprised at that at all, man. The Pistons, they do cut the lead down to 12 with a chance to cut it down to 11. If they make a free throw, they do. Shout out Javonte Green, 45-56. Pistons are down in the second quarter with about 5 minutes left. Cade comes out the game. Victor Wembanyama comes out the game, sitting next to Lindy Waters, former Pistons legend. Played with Cade Cunningham in college.
Legend. Hey, good defense, good physical defense.
But they give up the offensive rebound. But great defense. I do agree with that. Get this rebound. Let's go. Let's
Clean
go.
up them second
Cut this
chances.
to under double digits.
Dennis Jenkins, you need to be something tonight.
Look at the aggressiveness. I like it through the paint.
Kool, I do want to ask you, Kool-Aid, for the NBA media and the NBA world, why is it that Isaiah Stewart doesn't get the respect of being one of the better defenders around the rim and being put that into, conversations among, defensive player of the year type of award when you see Rudy Gobert, who is, we all know, he's a fake defensive player. You see him always in that conversation, yet Isaiah Stewart, someone who actually impacts on, defensive
with the misfit.
level
Come on.
from the perimeter to mid-range, affecting shots at the rim, like defending guards.
Bro, you don't
From
got to
the
sell me
perimeter?
on Isaiah Stewart. I've been in this building fighting that good fight for that man, especially after he got that contract. I was telling people, I don't think y'all know how cheap this is. We saw Speedy Claxton with the quickness get $25 million a year after Sue got $16 million a year. Think about that. Speedy Claxton makes almost $10 million more a year.
I love that you always call him Speedy Claxton, Nick Claxton.
Nick Claxton. Oh, I'm always shout out to the legend Speedy Claxton. Nick Claxton.
Yeah, shout out.
Probably has a
Nick
whole lot
Claxton
more work
hopes
to
to
do.
do that.
Yeah, has a lot more work to do. Thank you for correcting me on that
Devin
one.
Vassell, man. What a
But
bucket.
how quickly things have changed, man.
Man, Devin Vassell is really coming into his own ever since I dropped him in fantasy. Terrible.
Yeah.
See it.
It's all your fault.
But to
Chris.
answer that, man, you know,
Honestly, I made this fucking monster in San Antonio.
It's just you see these guys that
I do.
You know Isaiah Stewart is just so much better defensively,
Yeah.
and he makes an
Yeah.
impact defensively so much more
for
than
sure.
these guys, and yet these guys are continuously named over him.
but that's the whole narrative aspect. There's some people who will just look at the minutes and look at the numbers and just say, but we see other players playing more minutes
But even
or
this
playing
year-
on more impactful teams or playing more they say more impactful roles. They look at them coming off the bench and they just automatically degrade them and downgrade them and say, you know what, a bench player can't have this perch. Even though when we see him play every single night, we know the type of impact he's having. They throw all those advanced metrics out the window. They throw all of the aspects of who he is at defending in the paint, defending at the rim, and getting blocks. And for some reason, they just discount that. When this is supposed to be the NBA that we want. Players going out there and outplaying their contracts. Players going out there and leaving it all out there on the court.
What exactly are we judging Defensive Player of the Year for?
Off of
Because
popularity to some
is it-
degree. If somebody
is it-
meets a certain threshold, I'm telling you, even if Stu has the better resume, they're not going to pick Stu.
Like we see Asar in there, we see Asar in the conversation for that, which it
And only because he's a starter.
deservingly so.
If he was doing the
Deservingly
same
so.
thing off the bench, you in a Pistons uniform, you wouldn't hear his name in that.
Yeah,
I promise you that.
But I just hate to see guys like Rudy Gobert who all
Don't get me
know
started on
has
that.
What a
just-
fraud.
Fraudulent.
Fraud.
fraud.
Four-time
It's
defensive
fraudulent.
player. How did the
It's
NBA?
fraudulent.
How did the NBA let that happen?
Yet it's
Dikembe,
still- it's
Ben
still
Wallace,
there.
and Rudy.
Stu for 3.
Dikembe,
And he should never
Ben,
be in a conversation
and
with those
Rudy.
guys.
These names don't even go together. NBA. They should have got to 3 and said, yeah, "Hold on, cut that off. He gets no more."
He should never have been in the conversation with those guys at all. You're talking about two of the most elite,
Bro, you just
defensive
triggered me in other
players.
ways. I forgot we had a whole
especially
game
for
on.
big guys.
62 to 50.
Breaking news, Kevin Herter got a
245.
stat. He got a rebound.
Who?
Kevin Herter.
Who's that?
He's a sharpshooter.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I ain't
an
gonna
elite
lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. I would
Let's
rather
go.
see Chaz Lanier in the game right now other than Kevin Herter.
I'm good with that.
50 to 62, 2:36 left in the half. And you know what? De'Aaron Fox is having a much better game than he did the first time. That's the thing. The Spurs are loaded with players who understand how to facilitate, can play together,
Please.
but they will absolutely go ISO on you in a
Please.
heartbeat, man.
Please. Shout out to the Sacramento Kings for being just the
They just
most
handed him to the
pitiful
Spurs.
franchise in NBA history.
Do you know how much the
Unbelievable.
Spurs have changed? Like how much Sacramento probably changed things?
Yeah.
Like Sabonis was supposed to be getting traded, but they didn't. We were supposed to be re-signing Schroeder, and then they gave him starter money just to then trade him. Like De'Aaron Fox, just hey Spurs, here you go. Think about how that
And
changed.
trade him to our
certain
rival.
things. That's what I'm saying. Think about the complexity of how that just changed it. Just little ripples. That's all. That's wild to me, dog. Stephen Castle, is that who Ron Holland guarding him?
Yep. Ron Holland.
I actually like that. I like that matchup. Stephen Castle's dancing okay right now. Vic for 3.
Let him shoot that all day. Come
They're
on,
going to call the
man.
foul on Cade. Cade's going
No,
to
they're
have to
going
go.
to call it on Tobias.
Okay, dope.
Still, either way, man, you can't let when Wemby bails you out by shooting a 3, you cannot give them the ball back under any circumstance.
Why did he even do that?
Now,
That's just terrible.
It was really both of them. Tobias probably ran in there because he knew Cade was about to get the foul.
going back to Isaiah Stewart, though, how disappointing and how mad will you be when he is left off of an all-defensive team?
Look, I'm already preparing myself for it, brother. It's going to be disappointing, but I'm not going to be mad. I'd probably still crash out a little bit. Sometimes when those things hit in the moment, even if you know, when you actually see it, you know what makes you crash out? When you see a name that you know doesn't belong on there.
You can say the
It'd be
name.
different
You can
if
say
you
the name if
snub.
you want to.
because of other names that are appropriate. But it is way different when you know there's going to be some center that sneaks up there and snags that position, that all defensive team spot from a guy like a Stu or even from a guy like an Asar Thompson. So, and honestly, I like the way Stu was playing tonight. I thought that the first game back, he was just kind of getting the wheels back under him. And Shep said that too. He was like, look, the main reason why I don't want to get him suspended is because, one, you need him out there. But, two, for him to get back into a rhythm, that takes even more games than just these suspensions. So, Wemby hits the three over him as we talk about him. But Stewart's been playing. Game leaders for the Pistons, he's leading the Pistons in scoring right now with 12
I'll tell you
points.
right now, you take the three.
Isaiah Stewart.
You take the three. If that's where he's going to kill you, then, okay, you're just going to have to kill me from there.
No, Stu's been awesome tonight. He's been awesome tonight. If we had this Stu versus Cleveland, we'd probably win that game.
Man, Cade smoked the layup.
Yeah.
Shout out our sponsors.
He's trying to solve Victor Wembanyama. Like, this is
he's trying to solve it. Yeah, that's what.
This is like a game of Zelda, bro.
This is what you're seeing. You're seeing a team that's trying to figure out Wemby, and that's what you're gonna see. But that's what gives me hope, Kool-Aid, that in a playoff series, you play this guy 3 times in 6 days. All right. By that point, I feel like you've figured him out. Like, not saying that he's not great and he can't, just be Victor and then.
No, I'm exasperatedly agreeing with you. Like, we hope.
But he also hasn't been there yet either.
But I do think that I think that's part of the reason why I think that Wemby is going to be why the Spurs are ultimately, even though I think that they are definitely a finals contender and a championship contender, like for real, they can win the whole thing this year. I could see them falling short because I could see somebody figuring out a game plan that knocks Wemby out for a couple of games, and then that's like not injury wise, but just saying like, mitigates him for a couple of games, and then that swings the series. But honestly, you talk about all defense. The all defense should just be the Pistons, the Thunder, and the Spurs players. It should just be those three. It should just be those three, and then you can throw in Derek White or Amen Thompson.
I was going to say, like an honorary Celtic.
Yep.
Yep.
And then that's your team. Nobody else is eligible.
That's perfect.
Nobody else is eligible because the defense from both of these teams is fantastic.
Don't call that. Don't call that. They called that, didn't they? I guess they have to call it. Nah, that was kind of weak.
Spurs slacking.
These are kind of weak, man. Let me see here on Cade. Nah, that's weak. This is really weak, man. Some of these calls are just, I don't get it. And for Victor Wembanyama, I'm going to say it again, to be standing on that pedestal of ethical hoops, that's just not ethical hoops. I get it. He's not the one that makes the calls.
Yeah.
But come on, bro.
Come on is right.
Pistons,
come on and smash that like button.
He's talking about
Come on.
smashed.
Smash.
The Pistons are losing 52-70 right now. I'll take one more.
39 likes. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, don't correlate this to what the Pistons are doing.
Yeah, we can't have less likes than the Pistons have points. Chat, that's our challenge tonight. We should have more likes than the Pistons have points.
Yo, Pistons got 52 points right now.
Yeah, but that number's going to keep going up.
Let's rock.
Oh, you're a goat.
Appreciate you, Jeff. No, you good.
Close. I tried. Shout out. All right. Cade.
Pizza with the boys.
Good.
Pizza and hoops.
Tobias 3.
Tobias Harris with the 3.
Pistons are trying their best to just keep it respectable, but it is a 16-point lead going into halftime unless they hit this final shot here. Devin Vassell.
Ooh, Vassell, man.
I was going to say, man.
Becoming a Pistons killer, huh?
What?
But with the Pistons, you know what? As much as you're going to hear me say, I want to see Cade get to his spots and really be that guy. We see Tobias Harris here hit that 3 off of Cade, getting effectively double-teamed with Tobias Harris not even being the guy double-teaming, just hedging. So that left Tobias Harris open. Your teammates have to show up, too. You want to see more of Jalen Duren. You want to see a little bit more out of Duncan Robinson. You want to see a little bit more out of Tobias Harris. These guys have to get going. Somebody has to step up in the absence of an Asar Thompson as well.
Sadly, it's
one of the
Jalen
things
Duren
that we miss with Asar is those rebounds
fouls.
and the offensive rebounding as well as having that kind of additional weak side defender that not only played alongside the starters, but would also play with the bench as well. So you're missing a lot right now. We're not going to sit here and talk about a guy who's right now in line for a potential All-NBA team, All-Defensive team, All-NBA defensive team, and act as if missing him is just light work. It's not. Offensively, it might be something a little bit different, but he was a guy, though, who was able to bring the ball up and allow Cade to not be double-teamed. He was a guy that was able to kind of get us extra offensive possessions by tapping the ball back out and such, and ending extra offensive possessions of the other team. So, shout out to Legend Beth and Lady James. Hey, man, they do good jobs here. But this is a game where I was happy to see Cade kind of hit those few shots at the in the mid range. I was happy to see him and Duran get some things on. I was happy to see Tobias hit that. That's more of what you want to see the offense look like. But if they don't get something going on defense here, brother, which is what's supposed to be their calling card, how much will it matter?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It won't matter a lot.
Vic has 24 points, 7 rebounds in this game.
Can't really blame much about this game on officiating. I agree on original.
John
Moak, happy to see you again in the chat. Shout out to you. Defense doesn't win championships. Scoring buckets does. It takes, the Spurs are playing arguably better defense than the Pistons right now. So, the Pistons are a better defensive team by the number, but Spurs are playing better defense.
You can say the Spurs are playing better defense than the Pistons tonight. That's not even arguable.
It's still defense wins championships. Yes, you need buckets, but
the Pistons aren't just
defense does win.
They're not just missing shots. There's a component of that.
Yep.
But the Spurs are going out there and you see it. They're making life hard for everybody in the Detroit Pistons team right now. And that's where I'm hoping when they go back and they look at this tape, don't look at it from the standpoint of how can you beat their defense, but look at it from a standpoint of how are they staying in front of everybody? How are they rotating so well? Glean from what you see as the best. Absolutely. That's what we used to hear kind of growing up when we were watching hoops. That's what these teams would do. If they saw something that another team did well, you know what, how can we incorporate that too? And so if you're the Pistons, well, one thing that I know a lot of fans and observers and people from outside this town have complained about this Pistons team is how they have defended the perimeter. Not just three-point shooting. They're not keeping people in front of them, meaning they're able to get into the paint, and look how much space Wemby's been able to operate with. When he catches the ball, it almost seems like he's getting one-on-ones almost every single time. Where I've seen the most of the double teams, it feels like, is where he's out on the perimeter, where you see two players kind of there to try and contest. So, and they're showing the highlights right now, just Victor Wembanyama with 24 points, 7 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 of 6 from behind the arc, and they call him the high-efficiency performer.
Look, you would love a day where Victor Wembanyama shoots 6 outside shots. Problem is he's making them.
You think you would like that? Yeah, I thought I would have liked that.
But
these halftime stats, man.
Yeah. Look, Pistons aren't shooting terrible from three-point by their standard. Getting to the free throw line, winning that battle. It's losing the rebounds battle. It's losing the points in the paint. Very un-Piston-like. Very un-Piston-like. But if there's a team that could beat you at that, it's San Antonio. So they have to – you're right. It starts with – and that's why I thought Asar was such a key. And that's why, the heavyweights were on me about it. Is because they were like, how could you play Asar? Asar just missed a 3 with the game on the line. And I'm like, guys, listen, what you have Asar for is the defense. And this Spurs team, the way they got looks in that last game and tonight has been off the dribble penetration. It hasn't been all Victor Wembanyama just doing Victor Wembanyama stuff. That's been in there. But what's been a big key for them, what's been a big component for their success outside shooting and scoring-wise is dribble penetration. And Asar is the best point of attack defender in the NBA probably. And so it's him and his brother. And so you look at that, and losing that hurts. And I don't think that this Spurs team has 71 points at halftime if Asar is locked in playing good defense. I don't. And I think the Pistons probably have the same amount of points they have. I think you're looking at a much closer game if Asar Thompson is here. I get his offensive deficiencies. I'm not denying a single one of them. But I think a lot of people will often look at those and not focus on the defensive impact and look at how this San Antonio team is scoring on the Pistons.
And generally when you see an Asar Thompson, he's going out there and getting like 4 of 6 shooting, 4 of 7 shooting. What is he doing when he actually is making a shot? He's usually cleaning up some other miss or getting downhill action towards the last 10 seconds of a shot clock. So now we're missing that guy. And I don't think people understand. When he's getting his buckets, every now and then you'll see a lob pass in the half-court set. Every now and then. Think about when he's getting his buckets. It's usually off his own ISO looks towards the end of a shot clock after Cade's been double-teamed and he's getting the ball back with like 14 or 10 seconds left on the clock. And then he has to do his dribble, spin move into the middle of the lane, and then he's usually shooting, or every now and then he gets into the chest of the defender. When you're missing those types of things, those types of plays, 1 or 2 of those a quarter goes a long, long way. By the end of the night, you're talking about the extra 10 to 12 points that he's kicking in, and it's helping to either stop a run, start a run, or help to extend a run. Now you're missing that guy who was also able to go out and do what? Just straight up take the ball from people.
Yes.
Go up and start fast breaks. So even if he's not scoring, you'll see there's a couple steals or some deflections, which he's one of your tops in the NBA at deflections and steals. You're missing that guy now.
And you know what else?
Speaking of a long way. Oh, go ahead.
When you look at what the Spurs have done in the points in the paint, they're getting these points in the paint, and it's because the Pistons are doing exactly what you want to see the Pistons doing to the Spurs, getting them on their heels. The problem is when Asar is in the game, even though Asar may be on his heels, his athleticism allows him to recover. His twitchiness allows him to recover and still affect shots and still block shots from even being on his heels. Right now, you don't have that. So you don't have that defender that can guard these. They're creating a lot of space. De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, they're creating a lot of space when they are taking the ball to the rim. And then you also miss a great cutter as well on the offensive side.
Yeah. And hold on. We got, speaking of coming a long way, we got a New York Knicks fan in the chat. We got janky New Yorkers saying, talking a whole bunch of shit in the chat, talking about his NBA Cup championship and all that. Enjoy it, brother.
I was just about to say, you know what?
Enjoy it, brother.
You can talk. You beat us
I
in
wish
the
you
playoffs.
the best. Yeah.
Then he started talking about the NBA Cup. Get out of here. You don't even own your own arena.
He said he's
Cade
watching.
Cunningham does.
That's true. That's very Madison Square Cade all day. Listen, man.
Tell him.
Listen, man. Hey, shout out. I appreciate you joining the chat,
Shout
talking
out.
your shit.
Hit the like button. Come on.
Where were you? Any of those games this season against New York? Any of those 3 games? Where were you? I think you were at home crying in a closet.
I don't think I saw him at all in these.
I didn't see him.
Games.
I didn't
We did
see
the
him.
post games, or we did the live watch party. So I didn't.
We were here for hours, Janky. We gave you multiple chances, you janky New Yorker. No, yeah.
Freddie fell through with 3. Said, "Kick rocks, B." Shout out.
Hey,
With
no,
the
we
New York
welcome the
vernacular.
New Yorkers. Talk shit to them, but we welcome them. We welcome them.
Yeah, I mean, we asked for this. We said, hey,
Yeah.
get this stream into Knicks fans, into San Antonio Spurs fans.
What up,
Get
John
it
Mo?
into the algorithm. Let's rock.
Yeah, man.
And shout out to the Texans.
hope
A
he
little bit of
did, yeah.
football news. Daniil Hunter is signing a 1-year, $40 million guaranteed contract with the Texans.
You got a Cavs fan in the chat.
That's a lot of
Oh,
money.
Guns N' Roses is
What
back.
up, Jeff?
That's big
Shout out.
money.
Jeff, what's
That's
up,
big
man?
money.
He's over there just
That's big money, bro.
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, 40 mil.
Cavs
no matter
fan
what,
in the chat.
you getting 40 mil no matter what. It's
Shout
all
out to you,
fully
man. I can't wait to see you in the playoffs.
Oh,
We got Cavs fans in here, too?
Yeah, we got a Cavs fan in here. Guns N' Roses. That's who I saw. We saw him
Saw
last
another
time.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out, man. Thanks for coming back.
Hey, man,
for real.
appreciate it. Listen, we enjoyed the smack talk. We enjoy it. It's all respect. At the end of the day, one of us has to go home to Ohio.
Hey, let me see here. I like this. Let me see. King, I see you in the chat, King. We go way back, man, from Woodward Pistons. He was supporting
Shout out.
back then. He says, the Spurs are constructed better than the Pistons. Why in the F did they sign LeVert and not re-sign Tim Hardaway Jr. and then a Schroeder? People drinking that Jenkins Kool-Aid.
Look.
He thinks that he's a bum. And look, I don't think Jenkins is a bum, but with the Pistons, there was a little bit more than met the eye. Tim Hardaway wanted to go to a team that he believed could win a championship. He's a guy who contenders are looking to bring in because he's willing to do all those little things to try and help a contender win a championship. And so he just played in a championship the year before coming to the Pistons, and now he has a great shot again this year with Denver to be able to go and make it to a championship. So he wasn't looking for what he thought we could offer him.
Yeah.
Dennis Schroeder, again, he wasn't looking for what he thought we could offer him.
Which was finance.
They went and threw him starter money, and then Beasley, they were going to give him a contract. So all three of these guys, I can tell you this, the Pistons did want them back. I got to talk to some people. They did want them back, but that's why early on in free agency, we told you guys this was the offseason of pivot for the Pistons. What their plan was and what they wanted didn't really want them, or it didn't work out their way in the case of Malik Beasley.
Yeah.
And so they had to kind of go that way. Now, would I have signed Karis LeVert? Probably not.
Nope.
But that's somebody that JB Bickerstaff really, really, really likes.
I like my brother.
Had something to do
I
with
like
it.
my brother, but I'm never picking him to play basketball with me ever. I love my brother. Shout out to Eric. He might be watching.
Wait, you brought him to a game, didn't you?
What's that?
Is that who you brought to a game?
Yeah, my brother. Yep.
Shout out.
100%.
He was cool as
Shout out to Eric.
cool as heck.
He's my brother. I love him, but I'm not
Nah,
taking him.
I'm
I'm not taking him in a pickup. But 303 Kurt says it best, man. Tim ain't helping this dog. We need a real second option for sure.
Yeah.
And so when you talk to going back to your roster construction and tying that all in with what you said eloquently about the Pistons free agency, like the reason the Spurs and the Pistons are in a different class right now, at least it looks like that, is because of a couple things. It's not just one. It's because, one, you look at, they made their quote-unquote their MPJ trade in getting Fox. They made that move. They've already made that move. The Pistons haven't made that move. Another reason they're in a separate class than us is that I think they've drafted better than us. Like, I think that they've hit the nail on the head with Stephon Castle. They lucked into Dylan Harper. So, again, you can argue draft better, luck, however you want to slice it. They have a better group of prospects than the Pistons right now. And so you have that. And then you do have the role players that they got, which I think the Pistons have done a good job with the role players signing on the fringes. And I think San Antonio has done that too. I think they're equal there. But I think those two factors are what separate the Pistons and the Spurs right now, is that the Spurs did make their MPJ trade. So I agree with you, 313 Kurt. I think if you throw Michael Porter Jr. in this game right now, like I think
at least have a couple threes.
You're looking at a much closer game. You're looking at a much more even keeled game. And so that's what it is. And the Pistons haven't made that move, and they have time to make that move. The Spurs have just operated quicker on their timeline.
And what I will say, though, this Pistons team, if this Pistons team did have Malik Beasley, like, this team would look so much, like, it would look even better because Duncan is still a valuable three-point shooter, but he is not shooting threes, nor is he running off of screens with the confidence and the amount of shots that Malik Beasley was. And then Malik Beasley was also not scared to mix it up. He could, get his own bucket at times if need be and taking it to the rim. So, like, Malik Beasley was definitely a part of this plan. It got, a wrench thrown into the plan. They had to pivot. And this is what it is. So I feel like this team would be even better with, Malik Beasley. And who knows? That could still be in the cards.
Yeah, I'm all for Malik Beasley return to Detroit.
When the NBA finally starts to, say, okay, he wasn't involved, let it go. Because you see, these guys,
brother,
he's already playing overseas now. So
the American court system takes years. We could be talking 2029. Malik Beasley's clear to play basketball.
And I think it's ultimately
it's
making
a federal case.
Sure that is something that is better safe than sorry, because
you have
whether
to.
He
can't be that team.
Found betting on anything. He was doing something. They just don't. They're working through the process of what that meant, and through this process, they are able to certify certain other wrongs. So you might have seen the breaking news today where he was, found liable by a judge and told to pay his former agent $1 million. Ooh. So that's what I'm saying. There's other things that are going on, and ultimately, when you have a young squad like this, it's not just the talent you think somebody is, but also how they're going to hold themselves as a leader. This is a guy coming in as a vet and as a leader. You can say, hey, well, we just need him to shoot threes. We needed that in the playoffs as well, and it wasn't quite there for us. So I want him here personally, Jeff. That's somebody I've wanted. I have not been bashful about that whenever his name has come up. But I know that at least their side to it to some degrees. I know that these are some of the things that they're thinking about. And Victor Wembanyama just picks Jalen Duren's pocket. He tries to dance in front of him a little bit. That's not what I want out of Jalen Duren. I don't need Jalen Duren trying to get to his spots against Victor Wembanyama.
I never want to see him jump for a pump fake again this game.
Goodness gracious. Oh, Victor Wembanyama. This is the Victor Wembanyama game.
He's such a problem.
He's doing his thing. 26 points, 8 rebounds for Victor Wembanyama now. 73.
And that was a good
55.
point by Easy. Shout out to Easy. He sometimes makes good basketball points. And what he said was that, when I brought up the Pistons kind of figuring out the Spurs, he was like, it looks like Wemby kind of figured us out too. And I was like, no, for sure. But boy, did it look like one figured out one more than the other. That's crazy. Duncan Robinson, 3.
Good feed from Jalen Duren.
What's that?
So that was a good feed from Jalen Duren.
Oh, yeah. Good feed. This Spurs team, man, like if they're going to – oh, looks like he hurt himself there. This Spurs team, though, again, if they're going to be able to execute on offense and still play the level of defense that they can play, this is going to be a big problem for the Pistons. But, again, guys, I see the chat freaking out. You got 40 days before the playoffs.
40.
40 days to get right.
And if you play the Spurs at all again this season, it's in the finals.
And I think we're very happy with that, regardless of the outcome. It would really suck to lose to Spurs again in the finals. But, I mean, at the end of the day, getting to the finals would be a very, very successful season for this Piston team. And we got our work cut out for us. You got the Cavs, you got the Celtics, and that's it.
I like the omissions there. Knicks don't deserve the mention.
No, they don't. Of course they don't.
Okay,
that'd be 7 home games for Detroit and Cade Cunningham.
I see what you.
Dennis Jenkins
is doing his thing right now, bro. Wemby, bro.
He's a fucking problem, man. Oh, we might have got away with that one.
Dang, and then Dennis get his pocket picked. No, goes out of bounds.
During checkout, put in B-Ball Paul. I ain't mad at a B-Ball Paul appearance in this game. Brother, look, the bottom line is at the end of the day, this team has not produced well offensively. And so I'm all for Chaz Lanier minutes, Marcus Sasser minutes, Paul Reed minutes. Like, go deep into the bench. Hell, we saw Kevin Huerter. Like at this point, nothing's off the table.
Man, I'm gonna be real with you. This is why I would have personally.
It's about eye testing. My test.
I would have kept my guy Ivy.
Harold Williams says it's not about it's not about freaking out. It's about eye test. My eyes show me they're nowhere near as good as their record.
I think a team is what their record is.
I think they are what their record is.
But ultimately, this is where I'll level. The playoffs is a different season. Mm-hmm. I'll level with you there. But who you are through the regular season is the work you put in. Even if some people say, well, this other team sleptwalk, that's just how serious they do or don't take the regular season. Mm-hmm. The Pistons, we know that they're going to value every single game. But what you see over the last 20 to 25 games of a season, especially, like, you got to understand, like, just before the playoffs, you might see some teams start to relax. That makes this time right now the time that you're going to see teams start to flex some serious muscles. And the Pistons are going to have to find a way to deal with that. During the first half of the season, Cade even talked about it, and during, they said, yo, we know we're not sneaking up on many more people now, especially now at the All-Star game. They won the All-Star game. They went viral more than one time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then that walk-in after they won the game, that was crazy. Who was the trophy handed to? JB, and he hands it over to Cade, who's right up on Main Street, out in L.A., in Inglewood, right in front of Intuit Dome. It's Cade. You know what I mean? Like, they understand that they have arrived now to way more than a degree, but as it relates to what that means on the court, that's the component of it that I think that they're getting a little shook by right now, because these other teams, though we can like their young cores, some of these other squads have veteran players who've been there, done that. Like, their superstars and stars on some of these other squads are vets. When you look at the Cavs, you got a Donovan Mitchell now and now a James Harden. It's not just, if you're like an Evan Mobley type of player, or if you still consider a Jarrett Allen relatively a young player. They got vets over there. When you look here at the Spurs team, too, Not only are they well coached in that system that Greg Popovich laid the foundation of for so many years, but when you get a sneaky good player like a De'Aaron Fox, man, that's huge. This is a player that Pistons fans
pennies,
are saying,
by
is
the
there
way.
a way
For
for us to
pennies.
be able to try and find a way to get him when we knew Sacramento was going to fumble that?
Yeah.
So these teams are very, very well built. And I think what it does is it brings into contrast the trade deadline strategy. You know what most people are going to start to do. They saw the Tigers go to the trade deadline and say, yeah, we're good. Mm-hmm. They saw the Lions go to the deadline and effectively say, yeah, we're good. They saw the Red Wings go into a deadline and say, we're good. And now they saw the Pistons do the same thing effectively. Not only did they say we're good, they say, hey, we're going to send one of our better three-point shooters on the team away.
Yeah.
That was Jaden Ivey. No matter what you all thought about the speed, the burst, the this, the that, he even admitted the sneaks he has to get back. One thing we knew, that boy was shooting the three well.
He was.
He was shooting the three pretty well comparatively to this overall roster. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see some of these other squads that went out there and tried to make some some moves.
Oh,
and it's going to be interesting to see, man.
Jeff says getting a little sign on the TV about the streams.
Yeah, they said what? The feds are coming in for Jeff?
It is sweet. San Antonio said, how about this? Night. Let's read the chat here while we get that kind of sorted out.
Said,
put the whole bench in. Game is over.
That was
yeah.
the first thing my eyes saw.
Yeah.
Shout out Mint.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
This is gonna be a very short post game tonight, bro.
Yeah. Because I think that's how it should be for the watch parties, because we're talking these through as they're happening. You know what I mean? Like we're diagnosing the problems.
The full thing, but here,
and I see people freaking out about this Piston team. Saying 313 Kurt saying that it doesn't matter if we win out, we've proven who we are, and that we won't go far. See, I strongly disagree with that, because what you're looking at. The top 3 win percentages in the NBA since January 1st, not since All-Star break, since January 1st. It's in this order: the Pistons, the Celtics, the Cavs, the Spurs. You have lost games to 2 of the top 4 teams. Like, that's just what it is. Like, I'm not freaking out about these games. Would you like to win all of these games? Yes, absolutely. Would you like to look dominant? Sure. Are the Pistons not playing as good as they used to? Sure. All of those things are true. But I don't think this is a complete collapse that we're seeing. We're not seeing the Detroit Tigers, going from one of the hottest teams in the league to barely making it into the playoffs. Like, we're not seeing a catastrophic fall here. What we're seeing is a team that's not playing their best basketball, that I think has 40 days to fix that, and they're losing to the greatest of great teams right now in the NBA. Now, if you want to say that the Pistons aren't the favorites against those teams, if they were to see them in the playoffs, the Spurs, the Cavs, I would give you that. That's fair. But to come here and say that they absolutely can't beat any of these teams, including San Antonio, I'm standing 10 toes down. I still think that this season, if they were to match up with the Spurs in the finals, they would have a chance. Now, I'm not saying that they are the favorite or they should be the favorite, but they have a chance. They absolutely have a chance against Cleveland. Cleveland has a lot of playoff question marks, as do we. The Boston Celtics, they're bringing back Jason Tatum Friday, tomorrow. We got to see what that looks like. Like this NBA is so open right now, guys. What are we doing? It's March. It's the beginning of March. This isn't when the championship is decided. It's decided in June.
But that's where, from that perspective, when I look back at what the observers are going to be seeing, it's, they called this with all the other teams, and they saw it melt away slowly in front of their eyes. And I think sometimes they just want to get out in front of it. They just want, pull the Band-Aid right now. I know where this thing is headed. And that's where fans are at. But the thing is, basketball is so much about game plans as much as it is about the talent and the fit of the squad. And I do believe that the Pistons are going to take away from this a lot. You got to think about it. They had to have some type of game plan. They were rolling back here, especially after the way they lost first game. They were pissed. What did we hear? We talked about it for the press conference.
Yeah.
All right, after they wanted to get back out there. They knew, and they were overlooking, I believe, a couple teams in the process.
Okay, yeah, and I see the chat saying we're not beating OKC or the Spurs in the 7-game series. That's fine. If we make the finals, that's a fucking great year.
Yeah, that's a very great
Okay,
step.
look, let me just kind of going back to that rant I just had. Look, what I'm saying is that this Pistons team can absolutely be competitive against great teams in the playoffs. Do I think they can win a championship? Sure, if a lot of things go right this year. I don't think it's very likely that the Pistons win a championship. I've never said that it's likely that the Pistons will win a championship. They are ahead of time. They are ahead of schedule. I would have liked to see them at the trade deadline make a big swing and put themselves into a realistic shot to win the title. I would have liked that. But truthfully, this team isn't that. But that doesn't make this season a failure. If they are competitive in the Eastern Conference Finals, if they lose to Cleveland or Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, I would still call that a successful season as long as they looked like they didn't belong in the Eastern Conference Finals. This team is young, man. 2 years ago, this was the worst. This was the basement of the NBA. And now we're having finals talks, excuse me, that are real.
You guys are making this guy choke up, man.
Like, yeah, you're making me emotional. I could cry. But I think that this Pistons team, man,
Congratulations.
you can't, like,
Tyrese.
you can't just, like, look at this season as a failure if they don't win the championship. This isn't the Lions, brother.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I hear what you're
totally
saying.
different.
I hear what you're saying,
if they
Chris. Because you know
don't at
what?
all.
It's different because basketball, your window isn't just 1 year.
Yeah.
It's not 2 years. It's 5 years, 10 years.
Well, and
how long can you actually keep a dynasty? Because how many times did we see the Boston Celtics have to get somewhere and figure it out? They went to the Eastern Conference Finals. They lost, had to figure it out. They figured it out, got to the finals. What'd they do? They lost to the Warriors. They had to figure it out. Then they came back, and then they won it. Like, it takes a little bit of time to figure it out.
If the Nuggets made it out of the West, that'd be best case scenario. I don't know if Guns N' Roses is talking about for the Cavs or for the Pistons, but I agree either way. I love Denver, but they look off right now.
I was gonna say, with the Pistons, their team
Shout out to
has to
Ron.
prove that they are one of those squads that can go on one of those kind of 5 to 7 year runs in the NBA where they could be considered finals
Are you
contenders.
serious? Duran just picked up his 5th.
Yeah, they're letting Wemby get all types of weird.
He's
calls
just running
and
at
soft
Duran,
calls.
and it's just working. Now, at least 2 or 3 of those are on Duran. I'm not gonna lie. You can't leave your feet for a Victor Wembanyama 3.
I ain't gonna
That's
lie,
just stupid.
That's soft.
But
as
that
hell.
one's a terrible
That's
call.
soft.
JB
The
challenge
issue
that
is
shit.
He can't stand and impede,
Yeah.
and that's where he got called for the call. If he didn't just stand, if he would have just fallen, he probably would have had a better chance to get the charge. But just standing there, well, that's just impeding. And Wemby is carrying the ball like crazy, bro. I don't know where this new NBA is effectively headed, but some aspects and components of this game is just not it. But sheesh, man. Pistons get on into a tussle, not a fight, but like a jump ball, force a jump ball with Victor Wembanyama. I couldn't tell if it was Tobias or Stu was gonna be jumping up with him.
But this he was either Tobias or Javonte Green. Either way, it don't matter.
Yeah, Tobias.
Not gonna win it.
But what I was gonna say earlier is, the Pistons have to prove they're one of those teams because what we've seen from some of these upstarts is that they have about a year or two where they have some hype, and then where are they next? It's almost like the Where Are They Now series. Let's start with the Orlando Magic. Where are they now? Right? Let's go down to everybody's hot pick for a few years, the Atlanta Hawks. Where are they now? There are squads that were supposed to be on the up and up.
Oh, they called an offensive foul on that.
that
Are you
aren't really there.
serious?
Yeah, it's just a mismatch in how the refs are calling the game, and it's not the reason why the Pistons are losing, but these things surely do not help. They probably called it on Stu moving screen.
Oh yeah, I think it's on Cade. He was grabbing Castle's jersey.
Did they call it? Or did they count the bucket?
I don't know.
Because it looked like they counted the bucket to me.
Were they at 63? I thought they were at 65. That's why I'm confused.
They were at 63, now they're at 65.
Then shout out.
It's still a lot of time left in this game. It feels almost as if it's a fourth quarter, but it's 7 minutes left in the third. The
Down
Pistons have
17.
a lot of work to do. 82-65.
Shout out to Stu.
They're
on
going
the
to call the
floor,
foul,
man.
aren't they?
Agreed, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
The Pacers are
Ron
going to
Holland
be good,
went
but
down.
I don't think Halbert's going to be the same.
What did he do? Get poked in the eye?
Either hitting.
Yeah,
hitting
I think
the head,
that poked in the eye.
Oh, look how red his head is.
Yeah. Oh, I think
yeah.
I poked in the eye.
Oh, I'm just saying.
But regardless,
Mr.
Victor
I want to be an
Wembanyama
ethical
is going to go
hooper
to
is
the line
really
again for flopping.
today
Victor
he's
Wembanyama
not,
being
he's
not
not
looking
looking
too
too
is
ethical
absolutely
today.
disgusting.
Dang, Ron.
He is
Victor
not looking-
Wembanyama being a
up,
7'12" Jalen Brunson is absolutely criminal.
He's not looking too.
Get
not
up,
looking
Ron.
Too ethical today.
There we
man.
go, Ron.
That was a little flail of the arms there that made him get smacked in the face.
Dog, he seems mad. He seems pissed off. Ron Holland just checked himself out of the game. I guess we'll see how serious this is for him.
Yeah, dude. If Wemby starts foul baiting, that's just the fuck you, dude. That actually really pissed me off there. Like, come on, Wemby.
I would just ask straight up, like, what are we supposed to do to defend? Are we just supposed to let him go around us, let him score, let him shoot? Because some of these fouls he's getting, I don't understand, bro, at all. Stephen Castle, oh
Man,
my
what a
gosh.
dog. And then picks up Cade full court. What a fucking dog, man.
Cade, you got to make that count. You got to make
It count,
go,
and he
Cade.
does. Big time 3 for the Pistons. Cade Cunningham.
Yep. He's
Looking to come alive with a couple buckets there.
Yeah, he spun Stephen Castle into the pick. It fell down and wide open for the 3. Knocked it down.
Devin
Let's see. There's still a
Vassell
lot
tried
of
to get
time.
one
There's still a
back.
lot of
Couldn't
time.
do it.
Let's get something going here. Is that Kevin Herter?
Yeah,
Pass
it
the
is
ball.
Herter.
Pass the ball. Thank you, Kevin.
He did. Relax on my boy.
I can't yet.
Just kidding, bro. I
Has
don't
he
want
hit a 3?
I don't want to claim him. You guys make it seem like I had to claim him. I just thought he was going to be better than 31% from the 3-point line. Boy, was I wrong.
I expected him to be
Send
able to
Quitman
operate.
in there to flagrant one.
Dang, Rhonda's still out.
No.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I just
that's
want to
messy.
see. I just want to see Chaz over Kevin right now. Like it's just like it's something about it right now. Just
Dog.
JB, are we there? Are we there?
If
'Cause,
Wemby
like,
has a brother, I'm not gonna
it
lie.
can't be worse than what Kevin Herter is from 3 with the Detroit Pistons. He's like 1 for like 30.
Who? Ron Holland?
Kevin Herter
Oh.
with the Pistons, his 3-point shot is like 1 for 30.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
Horrible.
Yeah. Someone in the chat, I don't know who it was, said I heard Wemby has a brother. End the bloodline. Stop the
He does have a
bloodline.
brother.
We can't have
Maybe the
another one to
NBA
do.
will make it up to the Pistons for robbing us of one Wemby and give us another.
Unless that happens. Then in that case, he can live.
Yeah, they're gonna give us the Thanasis of Wemby's.
Oh my God, bro. He probably is going to be at the nest. There's no way he's actually good too, right? Like, there's no way.
Then wait, what's his name? His name is Bronny Wembenyama.
Brian Wembenyama. Offensive foul. We
I'm
like
gonna be
that.
for real, 70-84.
Maybe-
This game was at about 18, 20-point lead just a few moments ago.
Herter forgot how to shoot
Mid-May
garbage
through and
Darko
change
the
2.0
complexity
and
of this
score.
thing.
Trade
Mid-May-
money. He's not the second overall pick. He's Kevin fucking Herter.
Mid-Made says,
Darko
Mid-Made
2.0
through
is
and 3
hilarious.
says, sign Bobo to combat Wemby.
You said what?
I'm game.
Sign Bobo to combat Wemby is what Mid-Made
Bobo.
Shout out Paul Reed there with the tip in. Paul Reed getting some minutes. Why not? Try fucking everything.
Like Paul Reed.
I do too, man.
Soon you're gonna have people ask for Thon Maker minutes.
Oh my. What? Why? What? Why do you guys not like nice things?
I mean, they already won Bowl out here.
Do you guys hate yourselves? Of course you do. You're Detroit sports fans.
I think.
get it.
Well, I've seen this a couple times now in the chat today,
It's
as
all
well as
pain
over
for
the
us.
last couple weeks. They believe the Pistons are undersized, despite their physicality, their grit, their never say die attitude. People think they're undersized, and you know what? I might be one of those people. I've been
undersized in
saying,
the
like,
What did
front
I
court.
say?
I want to
yesterday?
see them
Or
get some
Tuesday?
size.
They're undersized in the front court.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But as far as like their wings go, like
Yeah.
they
They're,
have one of them.
they're stout.
but
Yeah.
they have to battle so much more tough for rebound. Like you
Yeah.
saw the Cavs the other night. They're just.
I mean, you got to think about it. Stu and Paul Reed, who are your backup centers.
Yep.
Stu, your 6th man off the bench. They're 6'9".
Yeah. Well,
Probably closer to 6'8".
Whoa,
Again-
wait. Listed at
Yeah,
6'9".
probably closer to 6'8".
that's true.
Yeah.
Because when Cade's standing next to him, they look about the same height. And Cade's listed at 6'6". We all know like 6'7".
That's what I'm saying.
you
Like
know?
Stu, I heard he's like
6'7".
You're good, Dre Money. Shout out to Dre
6'7"
Money.
is what I heard.
Shout out to Dre Money.
Six-
That was
6'7".
just funny.
And I see Guns N' Roses. He says, "Wait, the Pistons didn't make any trades."
We got a better pick.
It depends on what you mean by that. Like they did a pick swap with the Minnesota Timberwolves, so they could move up potentially like 6 to 9 spots based on the current projections.
Now listen,
And they
That's
also got Kevin Huerter, but they traded Jaden Ivey. Kevin Huerter hasn't done much. Jaden Ivey hasn't done much. But when Jaden Ivey was
They
with the
got a
Pistons, he at
better
least was
draft
hitting at least 36, 37 points. So it's really just pick swap where they got about 5, maybe
and
6 to 9
and save the money.
positions higher.
And, they
And
save the
I'll
money.
take that.
Man. And you said
I'll
what?
take that
And
for
they saved the
J9.
money.
You weren't going to sign him.
Not necessarily save money, but you save from having that cap hold before you ultimately relinquish him.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's like just get it done now. And if you get it done now, you basically are giving a somewhat of positivity to the player to go out there and see what you can prove. They did this with Sadiq Bey too. Look, we're not giving you $20 million a year, Sadiq Bey. You can go out where you want to go, and they worked with him. He wanted to go to Atlanta. They helped him get to Atlanta so that he could try and go there and bet on himself. And that's the best thing that an organization could do when you realize me and this player are not, the organization and this player are not going to move forward in years to come. And so, with the Jaden Ivey, it was the same thing. When not only are you probably not re-signing him to a decent-sized contract, you definitely don't want him on the books for what was to be, I think, over a $30 million dollar cap hold.
It was,
That's
it was either
insane.
30 flat or 30 something, but
And by the way,
it was significant.
this draft, if any draft, you would love to be somewhere around 22 to 23, 24 in the draft, because this draft class for this
Herder.
upcoming season is absolutely loaded with tons of talent. Tons of talent.
Yeah.
Kevin Huerter.
Ultimately, I said it the day you made the trade. The most valuable asset in that trade was the pick move up that you got, and Kevin Huerter was just a bonus if he could contribute this year. And it looks like he can't, and that sucks. But it is what it is. Again, 40 days, maybe that'll change, but doubt it.
I'm just wondering when we gonna sit Kevin down and put Chaz in.
I'm game for that any
Wemby
minute.
falls down and they call the foul on Paul Reed. Paul Reed
And
looks so perplexed.
Wemby has the nerve to look pissed when he's on the ground.
Look at this,
For
buddy.
what? You got the fucking foul call, you baby. You big fucking giraffe. Fuck this guy.
Oh my God, bro! They gave him that call.
They did.
He's gotten some pretty weak calls.
Herder's talents was taken by the Monstars. I think it's a very fair discussion.
Shout out to the Detroit Hat and
It's a
the
very
crowd
fair
that we
theory.
just saw.
Lots
And
of
there was
credibility.
there was really nothing there. There wasn't much there.
Good contest by Herder. No, I'm kidding. Cade bringing the ball up. Herder with the screen. Oh, Javonte Green moved. Damn it.
You're supposed to stay right in that diagonal aspect. You don't move closer to the ball handler who's already at the top of the key. And bad spacing, bad discipline, turnover for the Pistons. Not the right time, not the right place. But overall, Javonte Green has been a dog in this game, and not just this game, but many others. So
No, for real. Wemby is not allowed to foul bait. That's just dumb. If he becomes a flopper, dude, oh my God, I will actually grow to hate Wemby.
goodness. Bro, they whip the ball around the perimeter so fast.
Get these damn offensive rebounds.
I hope Ronald Holland's gonna be all right. He's over on the bench, still looking kind of messed up a little bit, like
Is
a
he
little,
really?
like as if something's on his
Messed up.
mind.
Man, not 9 to 5, both clocking out. That would suck. Again, and I saw people saying it way earlier in the chat, but when it comes to, all right, this guy just gets everything. You just throw it to him, and he just flails his stupid limbs
tonight.
and gets everything. This is ridiculous.
They're feels like they're trying to manufacture one.
I'm not even trying to make this like a Pistons bias
getting
thing.
40
Like, this
points
just,
tonight.
I'd be pissed if this was any team.
Let me see what they're doing.
It's
This guy might
giving
get a
major
40-point
salt.
triple
I'd be
double
pissed
tonight.
if it was Guns N' Roses' terrible Cleveland team. Shout out.
But it seemed
I am gonna watch
The
that
only
game
team,
March
the only
1st.
team I wouldn't be mad if he was doing this against is the Knicks.
What?
Only team I wouldn't be mad if Wemby was flopping with is the Knicks.
Yeah, dude.
You
Him and
combat flopping with flopping.
A Wemby and Brunson collision would be all-time iconic. I need to see that. I need to see the sheer floppery that would be happening. All right, somebody want to help Cade?
You're struggling in a game with an absolute unicorn.
Cade, get
Who's
back to
getting
that
every
midi.
call imaginable at that, too.
Get back to that midi. Get back to your bag. Looks like they're closing up on that midi, and they're saying, Cade,
Oh yeah.
have something else beat us.
But look, they're all over the place with their defense. They're everywhere.
Good pass.
Kevin
Kevin
Huerter
Huerter has arrived.
Kevin Huerter. 3-point shot. 75-87, 3:38 left in the third quarter.
Red
Still
velvet.
a lot of time. Spurs, 0 field goals in the last 3:13.
Wemby for 3 wide open.
And Wemby changes
Fucking
that.
Hell.
Maybe that gets
Fuck
Kevin
this
Huerter
guy.
going. I don't know, man.
Wemby, dog. He's liking this too. Oh, Paul Reed. Did he get the foul on Wemby?
Huerter made that one again. It
He
didn't count,
did.
but it didn't count. All right, Velvet. Give us some. Come on, man. This stream needs it.
Velvet.
Man, I would have loved Guns N' Roses. I would have loved if you guys gave up Sam Merrill. I was hoping you guys were stupid. Man. Sam Merrill's a dog.
Vic has 4 fouls, 34 points.
I would trade the naming rights to my firstborn child for Sam Merrill right now.
Name your rights to the first one, huh?
Name whatever you want. I don't care. Give me Sam Merrill. That was a great pass, though, from
Come
Beef,
on,
though.
Levert.
From Beef Stew to Hey! Oh. Never mind. That looked online for a second.
This is where you
It
wanna
did.
see-
I was like, oh, hey.
Wait, here we go. Hey!
There we go. Stewart, the first one, not so much. The second attempt.
Only 2 for
Right
60 for
down
three
the
from
middle.
Huerter.
Listen, while Wemby
He's
is
getting
out,
there.
though,
It's a
while
climb.
Wemby is out, you want to see
Yeah,
the
my hair's
Pistons
getting
take
long.
advantage of that. Like, get back into this game, make this game close, because you need to take advantage when Wemby is not on the court.
Did they call that foul? I did. It looked like Cade ran into him.
Let me see here. Oh, they're going to say he invaded the space or?
Did Cade just lose his balance or something?
Yeah, it looked like he was running out there.
It looks like he was running a little too hard and lost his balance on it.
Yeah.
Ball don't lie.
Shout out to Sheed.
Dumbass foul, though. I agree, Harold Williams. Shout out the chat. Levert doesn't fit. He's a terrorist.
Yeah, Karis LeVert has done nothing
Karis
good
LeVert.
in this game. Like, absolutely nothing good in this game.
Yeah. But I mean, tonight, the thing with Karis LeVert that sucks is that you just ask him to not be bad. And
But
sometimes
you ask him to not be bad.
Instead of asking him just to not be bad, you
Yeah,
know,
Is it
instead of
not
asking
be
him-
bad
he makes
or not
it worse,
be bad?
and then he's
Not be bad.
absolutely nothing.
Like, I don't expect good from him. And if he plays bad, I do expect good from him to balance out to, solid. But, on a night like tonight, I will say, he hasn't been terrible. I mean, I haven't seen him do a lot of dumb shit. But I'm talking with you guys, so maybe I missed something. There's always something with Karis LeVert.
I try to see the positive in things, but with Karis LeVert, that's one where even upon the initial signing, it's like, huh? And you heard J.B. Bickerstaff say,
Reed
hey,
getting
look,
that-
man, he do anything we'd ask him to do. He's great. And it's like, okay, all right, look,
That's
we'll
great,
wait around.
man.
We'll try and figure this thing out with you too, coach.
I don't care. Oh, my God. What? Man, every 50-50 call seems like it goes San
Go to
Antonio's
the
way this
Spurs.
game. They are the home team, so, those are things. Ooh.
Wait, they call foul on Cade on that?
No, they're just calling out. But I don't think that. Did JB challenge that? Because if he challenged that, of all things, I'm going to. JB Bickerstaff.
Hey, he's trying to do something.
Well, it was though. It looks like it hit off of.
No, it looks like it's going to be right,
Rivers
but
League.
challenge one of those damn Duran fouls.
even though you're not gonna, it's not gonna get overturned.
I'm gonna run to the
Yeah.
run to the boys' room.
You do your thing. You can solo cam me for a second there. And then Jeff, me and you will bounce back. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with that if that's what you saved your challenge for, to be honest with you. I mean, look, it'll be good if we do get the ball back, but ultimately you should have saved Jalen Duren from foul trouble because Jalen Duren would be a very positive impact in this game. So
he would,
that to me is
do you want him
foolish.
do you want him to challenge that call even though you know like
No,
you're probably going to lose that. You're probably going to lose that challenge.
I don't think he was going to lose that one in the the third quarter or second quarter.
But
the second quarter, the one to pick up the third, not the fourth, but the one to pick up the third. That one I would have challenged, which then put in sequence, which led to a quick sequence of him getting his fourth. So I think if you do that, I think that's like a Pandora's box thing. Like that's just like one of those moments where it really kind of could have shifted the energy of the game. Cut JB some slack, man. We're number 2 in successful challenges. Is that a real stat?
I have no idea.
Ibrahim, can you please I'm not even being funny. Can you please link me to that? I would love to see it because I feel like JB gets a lot of them wrong. But if so, I mean, shout out to JB.
You know what? We're sitting here, Chris. You know, I would love to give a little shout out.
Shout out
to the Spartans taking care of business.
Yeah.
They're right now leading 81-66 over Rutgers. So they're getting that win over there on.
How you feeling about this stream? Are you going to be with us at the Art and Jake stream?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
How you feeling about it?
You'll see me there with my Michigan State gear on. It's get back time. That's what time it is. It's time to get back.
How confident
They
are
got
you?
the first one.
How confident are you in the get back?
Very confident. Very confident because this team has taken steps since then.
Okay.
And
What's
players
your...
that you need to see step up are stepping up. And
Yeah.
that's ideally what you truly want to see from the Spartans over time is those players step up and get more confident. And that's what you've seen. You see Kurtang get more confident. You've seen Jordan Scott get more confident. And you need those guys big time, especially Kurtang shooting.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait. Go
It's going
green,
to be fun.
man. I
Everyone,
can't wait for it.
please join us.
Go to
Sunday.
StatMuse. I put the link in the chat. Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with StatMuse, so I'll go through it there. But shout out to Ibrahim for that. John Moak says Pistons need Morris Johnson for Micah or Yax or for Mish or Yax.
So Pistons did win the challenge. By the way.
They did win the challenge. It's a 10-point game.
Kevin
Pistons
Huerter.
on a 22.
Kevin Huerter with a layup, a little floater down the lane.
I missed who scored.
You
Who
missed
scored?
it. You missed Red Velvet.
Oh, let's go. This is the game that unlocks him.
Yeah, we can only hope.
Where we finally get the number 2 option Cade Cunningham has been looking for.
Okay. Slow it down.
All right, you can't just.
Oh my goodness! Somebody please grab the ball.
All right, like you guys can't just give everything to them, man. Like I get Wemby getting calls, but who the fuck is this guy? Who is this guy?
Who is this? Who is this?
It's ready to spring into action there. Shout out.
All right.
Pistons made it a 10-point game, 22-12 run in the last 7 minutes.
Let's go.
Spurs at the free throw line, knocked down the first. A little bit of a bullshit call, but it's how it's been going. But I can't entirely complain about the officiating when the Pistons have had more free throw attempts.
Yeah, no, I can't really I will
But
complain
it
about
does
how
seem like
they're
it's been-
officiating Wemby.
Yeah.
And not as I don't think that's what's controlling what the game is right now.
No, yeah, I agree.
But I will say, hey, get the Wemby stuff under
There you
control.
go. Get to the. There we go.
There you go. And we haven't really seen the pick and roll work that way. No Wemby in there, but that's what you want to see.
That's what you need to see. Come on, down 9, 49 seconds. You gotta believe. Where's that janky New
Whoa,
Yorker?
I knew that was about to happen. JB is pissed. JB is pissed. Did y'all see them shoving each other in the middle?
I missed it.
Luke Cornett, Mr. I don't want Magic City. Look at it. So you saw him push Paul Reed, and so Paul Reed, then he flops. Yep, let's go.
Let's go.
Wow, they gave him the actual flopping flagrant.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's go.
Hey, what did you call him?
That'll teach you to
Let's
respect
go!
women.
Yeah, that's right.
Respect women.
Freaking flopping.
flopping disrespectful
But
to women.
And you know who teed
Can't
him up?
believe that
wait,
guy.
whose ball is it though? That's not
See who
Pistons
teed him
ball?
up? He's been there. He's been to Magic City for sure. He loves those
For
wings.
sure.
How's it still Spurs
sure.
ball though?
You be nice to Cinnamon.
How is it still Spurs ball?
I don't understand, but
Shouldn't that be like an offensive foul?
What is going on?
I don't know.
right
I don't know how that works.
What the freak is
Look at
that?
that guy.
the
He
free
can't hold on
throws?
to a ball. He's a bum.
What is? Was there a tech?
now?
What
What in
the
the
freak
world
was that?
is going on?
All right.
I'm confused.
Big
at that
time
one.
bucket
Oh
here.
my Karis.
All right, they run the pick and roll.
Oh, Cade. Oh, Cade. Ah. I can't be mad at Cade not dying for that. He's a franchise player. Don't do that. But
Yeah, need a little bit tighter handles on that, man. The
Yep.
Spurs, they are quick-handed. Their guards are very, very adept at effectively playing a man-on-man. And you see them there, they're allowing him to play physical on Cade Cunningham. And that's why when I said, like, you know, it's the way that they're calling the game for Wemby that they're not calling it for Cade Cunningham. You know, they're allowing any little bit of content that's questionable or subjectable to go Wemby's way. And with Cade Cunningham, you see there on that strip, they allow Darren Fox to be physical and
Yep.
putting the elbows and all this stuff on him and then ripping the ball from in a physical
all
manner
right,
as well.
Paul Reed
So,
should win this. He's a center.
He's-
Please God.
That
yeah,
was
but
ugly.
Cade's going to have to
That was a
tighten it up.
shooting foul.
That was ugly.
And that is out of bounds. Now, back to the Spurs with 6 seconds left on the clock. The Pistons are down 93-85, but they have, as you guys heard from Platte earlier, cut into this lead a lot. Turnovers tonight. Was this just this quarter or tonight overall? 6
Tonight
to 8?
overall, 6-8. Both teams take care of possession. And look, that's another Pistons MO. And that's why you miss Asar and now Ron Holland is forcing turnovers. This team needs to be that Stocks demon. That's part of the reason they win the math is because they don't win 3-point shooting.
Let's go.
I tell you what, if Wemby is out on the floor to start the fourth quarter, I don't care. You put it right in his chest. I don't care who it is. You put it right in his chest.
Where's he at foul wise? Is
He has
in foul
4
trouble?
fouls. He has
I don't
4
think
fouls.
he is. He has 4?
He has 4 right now.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Go
You
right
go
at him.
Put it in his chest.
Get him his fifth.
I don't care who it is. It could be Dennis Jenkins. It could be Marcus Sasser for all I care. Go
That's
put it in
so-
his chest.
So crazy.
You got to
man.
make sure you do it right, though.
Do
He
it
ain't
right,
the
but I
type
don't
of
care.
player you
Put it
can
in
just-
his chest. Make him.
I hear what you're saying, Jeff.
Make him.
I hear what you are saying, and I really hope they can execute that.
Yeah.
But if you
Yeah,
try to do
well
that and
said.
you get pulled out of your own character while you're down 9, you will be down 20 within the first 5 minutes of this next quarter.
I just said the
Yeah.
first play. I didn't say
I
it
hear
over
you.
and over again.
No, I hear you. I know.
I hear you,
I'm
though.
just saying, just from a nuanced standpoint, I agree. Wemby's
right.
different. If this was any other big man in the league, I don't even care the shot blocking
Wemby's
prowess.
definitely different.
I would 100% be like, do that. But Wemby's one of those guys who presents those challenges where you try to go right at his chest, and like we talked about earlier, you don't got the right angle. He's blocking your shot.
Yeah.
The referees, they're not even really
Even if you-
giving you that call.
Even if you body him, his limbs are so lanky that he can still
And that's what
like
I'm worried
come down
about.
and block it like this. Like
It's specifically because of Wemby that I'm just like,
yeah.
If the NBA,
All
if they're
for it.
going to
Get
give
to the
you
rim,
that
pump fake.
call, then I would. But you can't, like, people are getting to the rim and pump faking, and he's just still
Yeah, no,
right
he's just standing there
there.
because he knows. He understands. Like,
Yeah.
that's what makes him a problem is that he is a smart basketball player. Like
And-
he's not just somebody playing basketball because he's tall. He's actually smart.
But this is where what Jeff is asking for, this is where it hurts to have a guy like Asar Thompson out the game right now. This is where it hurts to have a guy like Ron Holland. We don't know what
Smash
he's
that
going
like
through
button,
right now.
chat. Come on.
But those are two players who, if you're asking for guys to get into the chest of Wemby and still have a chance to really finish at the rim.
Asar more than anything
Yeah.
right now, because when you look at how Asar does, attack people off of the dribble, he's so fast. He's quick. His acceleration is so quick. It catches you off guard, so you're a little bit behind. And he has the athleticism to go up so quick off of the twitch that it kind of catches you a little bit off guard. And that's where he can actually, get into Wemby's chest, but the twitch will be so fast that it would, if Wemby doesn't react as fast, then it will be a foul or it will be a good layup.
So fourth quarter here starting get underway, and you know what? This is in the chest. That's what you want to see from the
Cade,
Pistons.
Paul Reed,
Get in the chest of
Dennis.
Victor Wembanyama.
Tobias.
Even Duncan Robinson?
No. No, I never mind. I take Cousins' stats back.
Red Velvet, take us home.
There's too much hand snapping back for me, man. Goodness. So
Dennis, man, I
first
need
11 seconds in the Spurs.
We
already
need Dennis
foul.
to play like he's still grinding for that contract, man.
The dance. What do they call it? The Dan Sanity or whatever they call it. Dan Sanity.
Somebody calls
Is
it
Lynn
that?
Sanity wrong?
I never heard that, but
See, I don't know why Tobias Harris was playing that far into the paint anyway. Those are things they got to fix when you're talking about.
come
defending
on,
out there on the
Dennis,
perimeter.
please, man, for the love of God.
Way to battle, Paul Reed. Dog.
Fuck
He
it.
battled with Victor and
Okay,
Biyama to get the
can we-
rebound away from him,
I
but he
just-
lost it, and then Spurs got it
my
back anyway.
piece for the rest of the night, I need Karis LeVert out this game.
You know what? Karras would be one to try to get into the chest of
You know
Victor
what?
Wembanyama.
I don't even want to see it. I don't want to
Karis.
see it.
Look at Oh, I tried, Karras. I tried.
You fucking bum.
I tried.
You fucking
Get
bum.
Karis out of the game. He is about
That
to single-handedly
was
destroy
insane.
the Pistons' chance
Look,
of a
he
comeback.
went to the rack, man.
You're a fucking
And
fraud,
what did he?
Karis.
He didn't even go up strong with the ball.
But that's why I told you. I hear your game plan, but you got to have the executors.
But
to
that was
execute.
even Wemby. He was nobody.
Yeah, it was fucking
Tobias
Tobias with the bucket.
We need to see more of that. I don't know where back to the basket Tobias is.
A lot
Where
of
has
times
he been?
Keldon's been on him, and he's been playing good defense.
I still want to see these guys take their chances, though. Like, I haven't seen him take or even really attempt too many looks with his back to the basket. It's like, if you let a team just tell you, hey, you're not getting this tonight, then what are you at the end of the night?
All right, Karis LeVert, just come on.
See, I would have rather this possession been one where Tobias
Oh,
Harris
my
gets the ball in the
goodness.
paint. That's what I'm saying. You just had Tobias score easily over somebody, and you come back down the court and you decide, you know what? Let me do iso ball, and then I'm going to pass it to Paul Reed where he don't need the ball. I don't understand that.
Can I say it once
And
again,
then
though?
then
Karras
he
comes
misses
right
a
down
three.
and then pulls a three. Why hasn't Tobias
say it
got
again?
another attempt?
Can I say it again? Get Karis LeVert out of the game. He has done nothing.
Like, what in the
nothing
heck? Get
beneficial.
Tobias
I
the
was
ball.
Called crazy
Absolutely
for saying
not.
this in October.
What is his plus minus today? Well, I want to know what his plus minus because he's done nothing.
Hey, Dennis Jenkins
Oh.
sucks too right now.
That's a bad turnover. Get Cade back in the game, bro.
I know. Fuck it, you got to put the miles on him.
How are you not going to Tobias or Duncan in times like this? You have two whole stars out there on the court who it seems like the other team does not care to give the ball, who the Pistons do not care to give the ball to. And Victor Wembanyama is, I think he's trying to pop for 50 on the Pistons. I thought he just wanted
Pistons
a
getting
40-point
courtside
triple-double.
with my tool in the fourth quarter screaming, why the fuck LeVert ain't shout out. Shout out. That's funny. I caught the
Jesus.
reference. I peeped the reference. Shout out. What a foot between me.
99-87.
It's funny, but it's not funny. Get this guy out the game. He has done nothing.
Yeah. He's done nothing. Dennis has done nothing.
K is back in. Stu is
Jesus.
back in. Out goes,
Jenkins.
and I wonder if it's Paul Reed.
You tell me Karis LeVert is still in the game, I'm going to lose
Yes, Paul
my
Reed.
mind.
No.
It's Paul
He's playing
Reed.
this early in the fourth minute. He's not closing the game. He's
Yeah,
not
Paul
playing
Reed
all
didn't-
12 minutes.
I
but
don't care. I don't want this
He
dude
could.
out right
He could
now.
close.
Cares? No, he won't.
Please get this
He
dude
could.
out the game.
No, he won't. He
We
won't.
hope.
He won't, Kool-Aid. He won't. He can't.
You got to call JB and tell him.
I will.
Hey, Cade Cunningham brings the ball up, and now it's like, watch this. Watch the time.
Bro,
12,
Chaz is
10,
fresh. Put him in the
9,
game.
8. Cade, I'm glad Stu hit that. And we're down now with another 11 points. I just don't even know how much I really like that offensive possession, though. I'm just going to be fair with you.
Man, put Red Velvet in.
Or Karis, I'll do it right now.
Well, yeah, I'm not benching Cade.
Let's go. They get a stop. 91-1, 8:30 left in the fourth quarter for the Pistons.
Look
as
at
they
Cade
look to
understands.
score.
Get Tobias a rock.
Is Isaiah going to shoot another three? Good patience for him, man. Not to get baited into that if he didn't feel it.
Yeah.
Shoot that. Shoot that. Shoot that. Oh.
See, that's the
It's a
one.
big
Like,
black ball. He
you
should've
can't.
shot the
You just
mid-range.
can't. Wemby's gonna block that every time.
Why did he like Cade has to shoot that at that free throw line when he
Yeah.
took that extra 1.5 steps in to shoot the floater. And I get it, he's trying to figure out Wemby, but just shoot what you know has been working. Give the ball back to Cade. Cade, go get the ball.
Or get to Tobias.
I want him with the back to the basket though. When Tobias is dribbling towards the rim, I don't like that. That little stop pull up jumper he does, that seems to just never go in. Wemby with a heat check, but it doesn't go in. They're up
Fucking
103 to 90, bro. And Vic has 36 points and 12 rebounds tonight. Cade, 17 points, 8 assists.
Not enough.
Not
Not
enough.
enough against the Spurs
I ain't
team.
gonna lie. I don't
Spurs
want to
team
hear
is
nothing
so
else
good.
unless Karis LeVert is out this game.
Ugh, shout out the bucket. Okay, I can look past one thing. The Cavs I can look past. At least they had LeBron at some point. You have my respect. But the Buckeyes, 2 Guns N' Roses, boo you. Everybody in the chat, boo Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, man. You know he's a Michigan fan,
He's got to be.
right? No, you're
No, he's a
Michigan
Buckeye
fan,
fan.
right?
Me? No,
Yeah,
hell no.
that's why you boo him, right?
I enjoy things that are in the state of Michigan.
I'm just messing. I know you're a Spartan.
Yeah. You know where it's at.
I'm sure the people know
where
that
it's
as
at.
well.
Are you? How you feeling about that? We got the stream at Art and Jake's Northville, right?
Yes, sir.
Northville this weekend. How you feeling about
Your boy
I'm
gonna be
feeling
there
like
live.
The Pistons, Michigan Wolverines. You know they snuck by Iowa tonight, and who I believe is one of those sneaky good teams. But I think it's a good test for the Wolverines here. But Izzo, Michigan State, the wizardry that just seems to follow them through some of these marches and into the Big Ten tournament and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. And they already got a number. It's just like, I don't know, man. Those things are. Would it surprise you if I say I don't feel the best about it as a Michigan fan?
No, because I think State's playing well right now.
Yeah,
so
I mean, I like what Michigan is doing right now too, but there are certain points in the game and the
It's a
few
rivalry.
losses that
Shit
they
can
do have, but the few losses they do have, those are the things that I believe Michigan State can exploit well out of Michigan. So it'll be interesting to see, but obviously I gotta go with my Wolverines to win the game. Who you got? Or are you saving your
No, I got the Spartans. Come on, man. What are we doing?
Shout out to Mitten Made. He agrees with me, like I've been saying all stream. LeVert minutes and Kevin Huerter minutes need to go to Chaz Lanier.
But the reason they're giving LeVert minutes is because he's a creator. Chaz is not. I'm not saying that Chaz isn't a player I like more than LeVert, but that's why you're giving LeVert the opportunity there. That's just what it is. They value his creation.
I haven't seen LeVert create anything.
Not this game. Not this game, but he has. He has in past, but he's also had bad games. So, again, guys, don't make me the Karis LeVert defender. I'm just being honest.
So are you defending him?
Just being honest, because I'm trying to stop you from saying something stupid.
It's not something stupid.
It's just
They need
Tell me, one
need
3-point shot,
creation.
one 3-point shot from Chaz Lanier will be better than anything that Karis LeVert has given you.
But Karis LeVert is a shot creator. Chaz isn't, and that's just a bad move by Cade.
sheesh. Ron Left Eye will not return.
Ron Left Eye.
Shout out to Pistons PR. Just got the text. Golly.
So 9 to 5 has officially clocked out. Pistons got to do this without 2 of their top perimeter defenders. That was
Red
a
Wings
good,
acquired
good
David
shot
Perron
contest
from
by Wemby.
Senators.
He knows how to contest.
Yeah, they
without
did that
falling.
earlier.
Oh, shoot. Shout out.
He creates turnovers. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that too. I'm good with that too.
Get
King.
this dude out of the game.
I'm good with that too. Look, Cade Cunningham can shoot 50 shots, and I'm okay with whatever result that is.
I
Especially when
just
you
want
look
to
at this
actually
offense.
see him shoot those, though.
Yeah.
That's my thing, man. I want to see him
Blame
actually go out there
Trajan
and
for
shoot those.
no. Blame JB.
And what if you guys
Trajan's
heard me
like,
say
all right,
several
I'll
times
give
during
you
this
one
stretch?
guy. I'll give you one guy.
Yeah, and several times in the stretch, what if you heard me say, I want to see some type of adjustment from the coach?
Yep.
You know, these teams are going out there to speed up the Pistons' offense, especially in the half court. And they're looking to make this thing as difficult as they can on Cade Cunningham. You have to do something to scheme your superstar open. Because in these games, we're seeing him come away with, comparatively to what we're used to seeing, he's coming away with some pretty pedestrian numbers here, you know, over the last 2 games. So that's where I want to see Cade coming off this player of the month, get back to what we know he can do well. And sometimes it's about the matchups.
Yep.
I believe if he was coming into these games on a little bit hotter streak, you'd probably see a little bit different Cade.
Yep.
I believe coming off of this, you're going to get an opportunity to effectively go and fatten yourself up against some of these NBA teams after the Spurs. And I believe you're going to see him in a much better rhythm.
Like I said, they're figuring it out right now. They are. And you got to believe that if teams are going to play them like this consistently for a couple week stretches here, that they're going to learn some things. And that's going to better help them prepare them for the playoffs. Because I'll be honest with you guys, this is how it's going to look sometimes for the Pistons in the playoffs. Absolutely. Like, teams are going to get physical. They're going to knock you off your spots, and they're going to do stuff like that. Just create turnovers. They're unnecessary. Spurs back up 15 with 6.5 minutes to go. Cade Cunningham dribbling the ball a little loose there, but gets to a spot, gets Jenkins.
Get the ball back to Cade at this point in time. What did they call 3 in the key on offense? Stu was probably waiting for a shot to go up. A couple times players went and looked, and nobody shot. He probably was trying to. Oh, they called
Come
foul.
on, man. If we got a Cleveland fan in here telling you
that?
guys that. No, I think it was 3 in the key. I think you're right.
I thought it was 3 in the key. 10-4 run the last 3:56 for the Spurs. That was after the Pistons went on a long run of keeping them scoreless during that time, during the span.
Good defense.
Is that who, Javante?
Need to turn it to offense. Cade here.
Mid-range. Drop. Oh. Bounced on the rim a couple times. Didn't fall in, though.
That's a good shot, though.
Looks like Michigan and MSU won tonight. You guys played tonight, too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guns N' Roses said smash the like button. Listen, if we got a Cavs fan
Shout
in
out
here
Guns
saying
N'
smash
Roses.
the like button. Yeah, I honestly, I respect you for hanging out on just a random night in a Pistons stream where the Cavs aren't playing the Pistons.
Look, I had
So
to
shout
be
out
real
to you.
about the game as well. We talked about
I'm
it a
looking
little bit
forward to
more
us
today.
versus Cleveland. I am.
I'm really looking forward to it because I believe good basketball is what you want first. And when you look at the Pistons in the playoffs historically, they've been able to bring a whole lot of good matches, especially during those championship runs. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Cinema, I think is what people like to call it.
And look, again, Trajan said this at the deadline or after the deadline. Like, he doesn't believe that this team is ready yet. So, I mean, right now, how upset can we be if the guy that's making the decisions isn't necessarily fully believing in the team to not expect some of these results? So, again, I think this will end the season. I think they'll be fine. I'm not tripping about it because, again, my expectation for them is to be a Final Four competitive team. And wherever it goes from there is house money. But if they lose in the second round to New York again or whoever, then, yeah, that's an issue. And Cleveland, you have the third easiest schedule. I'm hoping you get that 3 seed.
Man, the last, 22, 21 games of the season here, and there's a lot of people who are going to characterize the Detroit Pistons based off what we've seen over maybe the last 5 games. Not what they've been the previous 50 games or whatever, but what they've seen over the last 5 games. And, Platte, I got to ask you, you've been consistent as it relates to what you believe this team can be in the finals, but right now, do you believe this Pistons team is still as good as we thought they were?
Yes. I think right now they are in a slump. I think a lot of what they are doing isn't teams figuring them out. It's that they're playing the best teams in the league that are that are on hot streaks right now. And guess what? Some of those games you lose, some of them you win. And that's where I'm at with this team. Like, I'm not freaking out at all because they got 40 days to look better than they look right now. I think part of it is the Pistons aren't looking as great, and the other part of it is the competition that they're playing. And again, if you were to tell me that any of these recent losses that they've had against Cleveland, against San Antonio, like, if you were to tell me that going into that game or going into the series with them, the Pistons were not the favorite, I'd accept that. I would still think that the Pistons have a chance to beat them, especially in the case of Cleveland, but I don't think that it's crazy to think that those teams are above the Pistons, because right now the Cavs are the third best record in the NBA since January 1st. The Spurs are fourth or fifth. Like, these are top teams that we're seeing the Pistons play right now, and that's part of it, and it's also a funk. Both things are true. So I'm not overreacting to it. And we see people saying, Trajan is happy with mid, and Trajan, if he doesn't do anything this offseason, should be on the hot seat. For sure. If he doesn't do anything this offseason, if he says, well, I'm still not ready, I'm still not done evaluating, then all right, Trajan, now you're full of shit.
Hot seat? You going hot seat?
If you do nothing, how much time do you need to evaluate?
It depends. I will put
Again,
together
I don't want
the
fully
team
entertain it,
success. No, it's fair. I will put together, though, the team success. But you're right. Like I said, when you look at the fact that our other teams had opportunities, including the Pistons, to take a swing and they didn't, that's where it's just like, you know what? Did they put themselves in the same predicament as these other three teams who effectively let themselves down? I think it's a fair conversation. I don't know if that puts him on the hot seat.
Cade for three.
Cade with another three. I don't know if that necessarily puts him on the hot seat. But if you tell me you run that back a couple times in a row and you do absolutely nothing,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And to be clear, I think it's less than a 5% chance that Trajan doesn't make a big swing by next trade deadline.
Oh my gosh, boy, they give it
I think it's more likely it happens in the summer, but if not the trade deadline, it will happen. Like, Trajan is making a move at some point, either this summer or the trade deadline. But with all of that being said, this Piston team, man, like Kevin Huerter with the nice lay-in.
Is this the Kevin Huerter game?
Kind of is. He's got like 7 points. He's got like 7 points. He's got like, this is more than he's gotten in his Piston career so far. But yeah, guys, again, you can't just assume because Trajan did nothing right now that he's never going to do nothing. Now, I understand that coming from the Detroit sports history, you look at Scott Harris, you look at Brad Holmes, you look at these guys that have been patient, and then they haven't made moves. And, if Trajan ends up being that, then yeah, that's a disappointment. Then yeah, he should be on the hot seat. I said it today on Heavyweights. If the Lions don't win a playoff game next year, Brad Holmes should be on the hot seat. Trajan I can only give you so much grace for evaluating players. I get it. You came into this situation, you didn't draft any of these guys, and you had to evaluate and figure out which ones do I believe in, who do I build around, what are they worth, what is the right thing to do for this team. And I get giving it 2 years. But you got to make a move this summer or next trade deadline. And I think he will. I don't think he's going to be Brad Holmes or Scott Harris.
I wonder how that's going to look, though, because they have guys to pay. And NBA salary cap does work a little bit different. When they pay Jalen Duren, that's going to look a whole lot different in terms of who's that number three, because they pay him number two money. That's your number two there. Mm-hmm. And you hope you can get a guy in here like MPJ, but you fit another $25, $30 million contract in here after you bring Duren into the ranks of the highly paid in the NBA.
And Asar's extension is due.
Marcus Sasser, if you're bringing him back.
I wouldn't say they're bringing Sasser back, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would assume if you're going to sign these guys and you need all that you can get, there's going to be some casualties.
Absolutely. So, yeah, again, guys, let's freak out about that in July, okay? Let's not do that right now. It's March. It's a game against one of the teams that could potentially be in the finals. I wonder if they're the odds-on favorite to make it out of the West now, if it's still OKC. I believe it's probably still OKC, but San Antonio's, they're climbing.
I like San Antonio, man.
I do. They're a good team. Huerter with the rebound. It is the Huerter game.
Let's go, Cade. 107, 110, 3:35 left in the fourth. You would think this is probably over, but
Cade says no, it's not over.
Cade, 99 to 110. And those are the types of moves that I want to see him do more consistently.
I'm okay with Cade doing that 35 times this game.
In games like this, I'm glad you say in this game, because in games like this, sometimes you need that. I'm not saying, Cade, I want you to go out there and look for your 35 in the first quarter of every game, but against the Knicks, against the Spurs, and against the Cavs, go out there and bludgeon them in the face. Just straight up. Straight up.
Herder.
Give it
Straight
back
up.
to Cade. Give it back to Cade. Shout out to Platte for knowing the reference.
Oh.
Give it back to Cade.
I'm okay with uncooking with the shot clock low. But he's got to do something. Good.
Come on.
Good
come on,
two-man.
come on.
You like that? I mean, look. Good look. Didn't
It was a
fall.
good look. They could have cut it, what? Down to 11? Yeah.
Look at that. Fox. Locked up by Herder. Clamped up. Cade dribbles into a three, and it's through. Wow. And a foul.
I was about to say, did he just get an and one?
Shout out Cade Cunningham.
First half, people were saying Stephen Castle was the Cade stopper. Cade's been doing this thing, man, over the last maybe quarter and a half. But you want to see this thing more consistently. Like, this is the Cade we need, I believe, from the get-going games like this. He's now up to 25 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 of 7 from behind the arc for Cade Cunningham.
Yep.
He is hooping of sorts.
He needs
but
to be
we saw
that.
the aspect of impact the first half of this game. He couldn't quite understand or figure them out.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't understand why he's just not settling for those mid-ranges.
Oh, my God.
That's
He,
Stu
what a block.
meeting
Just
Wemby
as, we
at
were
the
talking
rim.
about him earlier, as it
Javante
relates to this.
Green. Wow. This Spurs team, man. Holy shit, dude. They are fucking everywhere. This Spurs
Their
team is
fans
so good.
Did they really
Cade.
call that a foul?
Cade, you can't put your hands there. You know the risk you're
They're
running.
going to get you. That's why I'm just like,
You know the risk you're running, Cade. That's
We called this like that type of stuff with
That's
Durant
frustrating.
early in the year, getting your hands caught in the cookie jar. And look I hate when Wemby started doing all of this stuff.
Klay
Stop.
Thompson on the Pistons would have been interesting. I agree. I should have picked Klay
At
Thompson
this
up
point,
in fantasy.
there are moves now that we're just like, yeah, I would have just did that too. When I told people I would have taken Colin Sexton.
There's cost-effective moves out there.
Colin Sexton just got punted. Just here.
There was a
here,
lot
Charlotte.
of moves that the Pistons could have made in.
Again,
not
they have a
had to-
surplus of
Not
second
had to
rounders.
leverage up a lot, but could have given up, something to get, somebody that could have potentially helped you win this year. And that's why fans are mad. We
Cade.
all wanted the Pistons to make a move. Trust me, we talked about that on length before the trade deadline. That we all wanted the Pistons to make a move.
Also, interesting that they elected to not bring Duran back.
I was gonna bring that up.
136 left. 13.
This whole
I get
fourth
it, though.
quarter,
Stu's
like
playing great.
Yeah, and he
win.
was hitting that outside shot in terms of
and
the
you need
offense
that
that you want.
spacing. You need it 100%.
And Stewart's not bashful. You saw the longer jump shot that Jalen Duran took earlier in the game because I think he was just that's out of character. That's out of character from him, honestly. Just to take that early in the shot clock, I think that they're a little frustrated. But Stu, he just looked and played confident all night, and I think that goes a long way.
Yep.
I'm glad to see him have a decent game. His second game back from suspension, because you need him on point. You need him within rhythm, and you need him in there roaming that paint at the elite level that he has all year.
I agree.
Come on, man. At least hit some free
all
throws.
of Jalen Duran does have 5 fouls, and all 5 of the fouls have been on Wemby.
I saw earlier, I think it was over, 12, maybe even more fouls
Yep.
called for Wemby. 5 from Duran, a couple from some other Pistons, and then like 6 or 7 or 4 or 5 Pistons with 1. And look at their faces. I'm glad to see them a little bit kind of perturbed with games like this, man. As it's not necessarily over, but it's probably over. They're down 10 with 1:36 left in this game. Duran's on the bench, sitting next to Sasser.
All but
and
over,
the
as
boys
they
just
say.
had little scowls on their face, man. I don't want to see nobody.
I'm
really
disappointed
happy
in the
about
way
this.
the Pistons played tonight. They didn't play Pistons basketball.
I just really wish Cade would have continued his aggression.
That
I'm okay with losing games if it's on Cade Cunningham's, watch.
But defensively though, this Pistons team doesn't look like
they're not the
a
same as
Pistons
the first
team,
half.
All right,
Yeah.
like this type of defense cannot go on. Like you have to get it together. If this is the defense you're going to play, then you're not going to get past the second round in the NBA playoffs.
This is the second time this season the Pistons will have dropped 2 in a row.
Yeah, it hasn't happened much this season. And
I think it happened one time in December, right?
yeah, but and that was the thing. I'm glad you brought that up, actually, because that's one of the key things I'm looking for out of the Pistons this year is how do they respond after a loss or a couple losses in a row. And this isn't just a couple losses. Mm-hmm. This is a situation where, realistically, the Pistons are losing to a couple teams that people want to see them play against. People want to say, this is your test. So it's a sheesh, man. Golly, I thought they had a really good chance to come out here and get this one done tonight.
I thought so, too.
I really did. 119-106. 120 to 106 now at the Stephon Castle next time.
And look, you could maybe argue that,
110 left.
Again, I don't play the injury game, but you could argue that Ron Holland and Asar's difference would definitely have helped this team.
Well, I mean, Asar for sure. He got out the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, but ultimately, it came down to their defense.
It's amazing how some teams can just find ways to just be a factor. And the Spurs, for decades now, continue to find ways to get back to the top some way. And I think it's as you guys were saying, this team is very, very well built. It's not just like
Knicks
the Victor Wembanyama show. They're very, very well built.
Knicks coming. I don't know if that's a Knicks fan. If you're a Knicks fan, expose yourself.
Knicks are
but Crotona B said Knicks coming out the East. I'm going to give Asar my ankle. I would too.
He said Knicks coming out the East?
Yeah. I would say.
I would. Where's that camera, bro?
Yeah.
I'm going to stand. Spurs since February 1st, NBA ranks. Do you see that record in points? They are first. Field goal percentage, they're second. Steals plus blocks, they are third. So this team, similar to the Pistons, they're one of those squads that after they really started to get that rhythm, they showed to be kind of one of the best teams in the NBA.
Trade your second best scorer. Okay, this is somebody that's talking from an opposing team. But who is our second best scorer? Did we give up Jalen Duren? Last I checked, he was in this game.
Well, he was never really in this game, but yeah, he was in the game.
Who fouled?
Now Clipman comes
man, let this game die. it's over. We get it. Like, who would foul the Pistons in the half court? The back.
So now you put
Ivy,
Chaz in just to
fucking
spite me,
sucks.
JB? Really?
Ivy sucks. That's how I know you don't watch ball.
I don't think he sucked.
I'll take from Brendan. Doesn't know ball.
I wouldn't say he sucked, but he wasn't.
He sucked this year.
He wasn't what we did. I would have taken him in this rotation over some players tonight.
Y'all didn't let him heal up.
If Chaz Lanier hits a 3,
I'm a diehard Pistons fan since 2002. Then why is Jaden Ivey where you draw the line? Like, I'm sorry, dude. He was not good this year. I get that he could definitely be better than he was this year, but the truth is he wasn't worth the $30 million hold. And that goes to what? That shows you that Trajan is looking to make a move. And he doesn't want any restrictions on his hand.
Tennis with the misfit.
I would like to believe it's him wanting to make a move, but like I keep saying, when you got to pay $30+ million to Jalen Duren and Cade Cunningham's deal gets that much richer another year in.
No way we have another GM that just re-signs all our guys.
I mean, that's the start. That's what they're doing. If the base is Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren getting the bag, you only have so much cap space. Where's the other swing coming from? That's it.
You could be a luxury tax team. Tom Gores ain't Sheila Ford.
It's different with these new CBAs and second aprons and all that. You see even the rich
he ain't
people,
broke. He got it like that.
I agree with you. You see these rich teams saying, you know what? We ain't broke, but we don't want to deal with whatever these CBAs and second aprons and
Tom Gores
repeat offenders and all that.
I promise you.
This news, it gets pretty expensive.
I'm sure that Tom Gores is somebody that will bite the bullet on that.
Pistons go down 121 to 106, and I feel like that bullet he would have bit is sitting in Monty Williams' bank account right now. Shout out to the $70 million man, that guy.
And shout out to the $5 man, Mishanuga, with the super chat saying, only good thing tonight is seeing you two and the Spartans didn't blow our senior night. The Levert needs to swim with the fishes. I agree.
I'm with you. I've been on Levert all night.
Just
get that man on the bench.
You can go swim with fishes in the
Say
Detroit
about the
River,
Knicks
right?
and
Off of
Knicks.
Belle Isle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With-
they got a little beach there
Oh,
on
yeah.
Belle Isle.
Yeah.
Sell out. But you know what?
Look at
Cade,
Cavs and Pistons fans unite to shit on the Knicks. You'll love to see it.
and we won't keep
Brunson
this one even,
owns Detroit in the playoffs. Brother, try that again. Try that again this year. You guys are terrified of the 4th seed. You guys are absolutely terrified of the 4th seed. You guys are praying to your God that you don't get the 4th seed. You need the 3rd seed. You need it. You need it, or else it's going to be very, very ugly for you.
Man, Cade
Very
only
ugly.
got 2 free throw attempts all night. That's pretty tough. That's pretty tough.
Knicks
'cause I
fans
thought
are
he was playing
delusional.
pretty tough.
Holding on to 73.
Well, sheesh.
Motherfuckers haven't won a championship since colored TV. They're talking all this shit.
Pistons drop. I hear you. The Knicks fans, man, those are the ones that I want to get into those conversations with them, and it's almost like until we actually beat them in the playoffs, that's all they're going to be able to rely on. They don't care about what's now. They don't care about what's next. They just care about what they did, and since it's not that much, they have to hold on to things like this. Think about it. One of their championships is beating the Pistons in the playoffs off of the refs gifting them games. And it's like, if that's what you want to hang your hat on, by all means. That's why I'm glad that the Pistons, for these games right now that we're looking at and saying, these are big games. These aren't their NBA championships.
Yeah.
These ain't their NBA cups. They got bigger and better in store. And you know what? Right now, all we know about this team since JB has taken over is that they have actually overachieved compared to what many people think that they should have done. With the Knicks, what have you seen them do? You've seen them go out there and actually swing for the fences for a NBA championship, right? You go out there and you sink all that capital in Mikal Bridges. You bring in OG Anunoby. You got Josh Hart. You know what I mean? You go out there and you trade for Karl Anthony Towns among a litany of other moves. And you got Coach Tibbs. And what did you do? And then you went and fired him, believing that your job was going to be that attractive that nobody wanted it. Mike Brown barely wanted it. And y'all don't want him at all. Think about that. So, shout out to the Knicks. Seriously.
Yeah,
shout out to
the
y'all.
Knicks.
But with the Pistons, I like the fact that this isn't a game where you're going to see them be 2 up or 2 down. I think you'll see them definitely mad and disappointed, just like at the end of the other game. They thought, you know what, we have an opportunity in this one. So to come out and really get kind of owned in this game from Jump Street, that's got to be frustrating. And I'm hoping that it's something that sits with the team as they're looking to make the necessary changes. As like I keep telling y'all, this is the last 21 games of the season for them. This is the time where you factor in maybe 3 to 5 games of load management for Cade Cunningham, maybe for Jalen Duren, and realistically, this could be the last 15 games of the season coming up here for Cade and the Pistons to not just secure and solidify number 1 seed, but you're going to have some matchups there where I think you can go and gain a little bit of a mental edge over these teams. Think about what the Spurs are going to feel when they match up with us.
Yes.
It's a different feeling when you feel like you can beat them. Even the Pistons, who now through 2 regular seasons, they've shown that they can own the New York Knicks. And what have they been talking like? Oh, we know we got them. We knew we should have had them if we met, last year in the playoffs. That's how they're talking, and they didn't even beat them. So I'm glad that
People
this team
just dooming
continues
in
to
the
keep.
chat. This is crazy.
I think it's the game by game is where you're going to see people kind of get up in arms about this stuff, man. But this team is what they are. Like, people want people to shoot better. What did I tell you guys from the beginning of the year about even our best shooter, Duncan Robinson? He's a feast or famine guy who more times than not is going to give you the 4 out of 7, 3 out of 7 games that you're like, you know what, dope. He went out there, hit some threes. So every now and then, run it up just a little bit so the volume is a little bit higher too. But for every 2 games he has that, he's going to have that one game that he's shooting 1 of 8, or he's getting 8 points. Yeah. That's who he's been. The makeup of this team states that they're not going to get you a lot of threes, and if they don't start doing something to play through their athleticism and to be able to play better through their stars, it's going to be bleak for them.
Yeah.
It just is how it is.
It absolutely is. And Mishanuga with the super chat said,
Shout
was
out
this our
Mishanuga.
first back-to-back loss? No, this is our 3rd of the season. We had 1 in November, 1 in December, and we haven't had one since. So this is
Lost 2 games
now.
all of February.
Yep.
Already lost, 2 games here in March?
Yeah. So the Pistons, again, I think I think it's just obvious. They're hitting a wall right now. And if you want to believe that this is the wall that they are going to stay at for the rest of the year, I'm just on the other side of the fence in that. I think this Piston team will be better. I think it was a tough schedule plus hitting a wall, those two things. And they got time to figure it out because this is how the teams are going to play them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
There really aren't any more adjustments that these teams are going to give other than what they're doing right now. So now they have 40 days to figure out how to play playoff basketball. And that's a good thing for the Pistons, honestly. I think they're going to be ready for it. Again, it comes down to what your expectations are for the season. If you got, when this Piston team was the number 1 seed and looking great, if you got on that train of they're winning the championship this year, I just wasn't there. It would have took a lot of things right for that to happen. And it still can take a lot. A lot of things still can break right for the Pistons in that scenario. But right now, this team, I think, again, if they are a competitive Final Four team, I think you are happy with that season. If they win 2 playoff series, you are happy with that as a team that won none the year before.
For me personally, I want to see them get all the way. If they give me that competitive Eastern Conference championship game and they in battle and they lose, I will be like, okay. But I want to see them be able to capitalize on the goals they set for themselves and on what the record, at least regular season wise, and not just the record, the stats across the board are saying that this team is supposed to be somebody that has expectations to be held to. Now, in terms of what I've seen over like the last 3 or 4 games, that doesn't shake my confidence in that, especially understanding and considering who this team is going to be in the Eastern Conference. If they were in the West, I might have a little bit different expectation, but because they are in the East, I am looking for this team to go out there and operate like they're in the East.
Janky New Yorker's back.
Best team
Welcome home.
In the East, just as Janky New Yorker enters the chat. And for the most part, they've proven that all season long. To sit here and act like the Knicks and some of these other teams haven't had stretches worse than the Pistons, think about what we're talking about right now. We're talking about a Pistons team who, realistically, in its last 10 games is still pretty good. And there's a lot of teams in the league who will say, you know what, I would swap with the Pistons, man. So I'm not that concerned with them. When you're talking about what the Spurs and the Cavs can do, you said it best. Those are the teams that understand how to ramp it up for playoff basketball. And you have to ask yourself, if you're the Pistons, were you ready for that right now? 1 and 2, do you have the adjustments for that? Because it's not just what they need to do on the offensive side, but their defense, which has been so sterling, it just got punched. That's 121 points by the Spurs. So they have a couple things to figure out as it relates to make sure that their defense can get back to being what can change the course of the game and make it tough. Take the comfortable parts away from the other from the opponents. Yeah, that's what is missing. This didn't look like a difficult game for the Spurs at all to score. There were stretches. I know there was one long stretch in that third quarter where they didn't score for about 4 or 5 minutes. And outside of that, it just looked like whenever they really wanted to, they could get what they wanted. And I do believe that that is something that is absolutely hurting the Pistons.
Yeah. And look, they have time to figure it out, man. They have time to figure it out. Let's clean up these super chats here. We got one from Michinuga. Flopperbacher fans chirping because another team beat us, even though we beat down their team by 82 points already in 3 games. Yeah, I mean, the Knicks are they're comical. They write their own jokes. They're a walking joke. So, honestly, they're always good humor. And Dante151, shout out to OG, Dante151. Rest of March games for the Pistons, average start time is 7 p.m., not this 8 p.m. bullshit. I could see only 2 more losses this month, and that's it. For sure. They got through the hard part of their schedule. They got OKC at OKC one time. That's a tough game. And I think they have an at Minnesota or home against Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe they have Minnesota twice. I know they have Minnesota twice, but I don't know if one's in March and one's in April, if they're both in March. But the schedule softens up just these next couple games. Brooklyn, Miami, Brooklyn again. You got a chance to kind of get some, get some good wins under you.
Bro, I think they're about to open up an absolute can.
So no load management, none of that?
You can't now. You can't. You just went through a stretch where you kind of got pinked. Yeah. Now you're playing Brooklyn. If it's me, I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. If it's me, I'm going to let them take probably tomorrow off in terms of practice and then say against Brooklyn, which is a 6 o'clock game, a little bit earlier in the day rather than 8 o'clock. I saw somebody in the chat talking about no more than 8 o'clock BS.
Yeah, that was Dante.
I'll let you read that super chat. But for me,
I just did. You're good.
Yeah, dope. I do. I believe that they're going to go out there Saturday night and be on one. They're going to have the home crowd behind them. It's going to be buzz. It's going to be warm.
Yep.
It's supposed to be approaching the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. I think it's just going to be a little bit different buzz. That's what I'm saying. And I expect the Pistons to go out there and say, wait a second, we know who we are.
Yep.
And start to build back that rhythm and that momentum that we saw them have. It's the teams they're playing. Look, you guys have to understand, when we say that the Pistons are going to get everybody's best shot, all these teams are circling the Pistons and coming out there and giving them the Pistons their best shot. The problem is OKC and the Spurs are really, 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 really good. When they decide to show up to give their best shot, it's going to look tough. Cavs are another one of those teams who, before they made the trade, even though I know they had that big, good game against the Pistons, I wasn't really that concerned with them. The Pistons went kind of handled the next one. After the trade, they present some of the same things that the Spurs can with multiple ball handlers that can score at all three levels and can facilitate and can put some fouls on you.
But they're a much better shooting team than San Antonio, which is a difference. But they're also not, having a 7'5", all-be world-class rim blocker in Victor Wembanyama.
All universe.
All universe.
He's an alien, bro.
Again, if the Pistons don't get the next one, we end the bloodline. We have to. We have to end the bloodline.
You ready for Doom Part 3?
But look, guys. I think we're fine, man. I think we're fine. It does suck that Giannis is coming back and Charlotte's looking good, and all of a sudden you're looking at an AC being potentially
slow your roll.
Milwaukee or Charlotte.
Smash that like button, people.
Beating those teams, but
need 3 likes real quick.
I'm not worried about Charlotte one bit.
What?
I'm not worried about Charlotte one.
No, I'm not either.
If we see Charlotte in the playoffs, I'm absolutely giving the ball to Jalen Duren, and I'm saying, put it right in his chest.
Mush his face.
Put it right in his chest.
Do you guys?
No, I know.
When you're talking about lineups, I know we want to see Chaz Lindner in there, and I am not going to disagree with anybody who wants to see that happen, especially at this point in time. But do you believe that the Pistons need to go back to us seeing a little bit more of that bench, a little bit more of even Paul Reed, or do you maximize the minutes of Duren and Stu? Because I personally would like to see a little bit of Paul Reed even get minutes with one of those players.
Yes, 100%. I think you're seeing an issue where they're giving up offensive rebounds consistently. That's been another key thing. Tonight they valued the basketball for the most part. They kind of got a little sloppy down the stretch there in the second half, but for the most part, the Pistons valued the basketball tonight, which was a very strong positive. Yep. But the other thing that's been killing them is giving second chance points, and that's because, like you said, this front line isn't the biggest, and so you don't have – and then you have guys like Duncan and stuff who aren't the greatest rebounders at guard and stuff, so you're putting yourself in a position where team rebounding-wise, the Pistons aren't that great unless Jalen Duren's out there able to be an all-class world rebounder, which he's capable of being. So I think that playing B-ball Paul with Stu or with Duren or, mixing two of those three combination in the non-Tobias minutes, because Tobias is essential to this team. He still is for the offensive production that he gives you. Yeah. But I think if Tobias is off the court, I want to see the 4 be either Stu or Paul Reed.
I'm so right there with you, bro. And you see his activity, you see his ability for whatever reason to put some points up sometimes, and he still plays ferocious in the paint, and he's not an absolute zero from behind the arc, surprisingly. Even though that shot can look a little funky, he still finds a way to try and line that up and get it down. So I would like to see a little bit of Paul Reed on the court for his squad, as much as I know Jeff wants to see a Chaz Lanier. It's interesting.
I just want to see a couple 3-point shots go through the actual basket.
Again, I don't think 3-point shooting is their problem, man. I think that what's happened is this team is built on winning the points in the paint, winning points off turnovers, forcing turnovers. Like, those things are not happening
physically, and
those things are not happening
and
anymore.
The Spurs bossed up physically and said we could play that too.
Yep.
And when they're not,
That's the difference.
remember, JB said it in the press conference. Hey, look, we know how to play this. So when other people start playing that, we're pulling them out of character. Well, when the NBA and Adam Silver, as commissioner, said, hey, we think the fans want, based on what we're seeing, that the fans want more physicality.
Oh, my God.
That changes things now. And the teams that understand how to harness that, like the Pistons and OKC, they did it first before a lot of other people this year. They jumped out to big leads, and now you're seeing teams like the Boston Celtics. You're seeing teams like the San Antonio Spurs who are being able to also capitalize on that physicality that's now being allowed by the NBA. And the Pistons have to get back to finding ways to separate themselves and letting that be their superpower rather than these other teams being able to come in and say, hey, we'll bump with y'all too if y'all want to bump. We'll throw balls with y'all too if y'all want to throw balls. And we'll dunk on y'all and we'll try to block everything at the rim too. And that's what we see the Spurs doing. What up, though, brother?
We got a super chat.
We got a super chat from Janky.
You want to read? You want to read that, Chris?
What?
You want to read that?
Yeah, you got to.
Okay,
You
go
got
ahead.
to.
Go.
They paid
No,
money
I was
for
asking,
it.
you want to read it? You want me to read it?
No, I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Knicks held the Spurs to 89, blew them out, and stopped their 11-game winning streak. Why can't the Pistons do the same? From Janky, New York. I mean, look, you guys had
Chris,
one fucking
wait,
game.
He said a magic number.
Yeah.
The Pistons have, in 3 games,
Yeah.
combined,
82.
outscored the Knicks in those games by, what was it, 83 points?
Like, think about it.
82,
You're a
yep.
Knicks fan
82
trying to
points?
talk
Like-
trash.
What
To the-
on earth are you doing coming here?
Appreciate the donation,
Yeah,
man.
we appreciate the donation. We appreciate the money. But listen, you come in here, you talking all this. The Knicks beat the Spurs in one game where they held the Spurs to 89 points and blah, blah, blah.
Hang on to it.
And meanwhile, the Pistons have absolutely destroyed your team this whole entire season, and they've outscored in 3 games your team, your favorite team, by 82 points.
It's
Like, you're getting excited for what? What are you getting excited for? The same reason we're not throwing the season in the trash because we lost to the Spurs on the 5th. It's not even April yet. Like, I don't understand. Like, you want to go ahead and hang on to that one win that you got for the Spurs.
no.
Yeah, obviously, that's your saving grace. That's your championship for the season. We'll let you take that, but we do appreciate the donation.
No, and I appreciate that because the truth be told, for him to donate, he didn't need to do that because New York already allows Detroit to stay there rent free. So you already covered that cost, so you didn't have to go above and beyond to donate. So we appreciate that. We appreciate
They
that.
even let Cade walk in and take ownership of their building.
Oh, it's his building. It's his building. I mean, the Knicks are used to that. When have the Knicks owned their own building?
That's a very good question. They probably don't even know.
1973.
And the person they think has owned it, they don't even want him to own it. So that's a whole nother story. But this was interesting.
John
here.
F. Kennedy was what? No,
Ed in the chat.
that was the 60s, I think.
Another super chat.
Ed
in there.
Throwback says, why do y'all think the Pistons are so tough? Just play ball. None of them can actually fight. And it's like, let me remind you all, I don't know how many people have gotten charges pressed on them by a full organization, but the Pistons have had that happen to a player. Isaiah Stewart literally told Eubanks, bro, I'll catch you off the court one game. They showed up the next game, and what happened? He popped him.
Yeah.
And what the team do? They press charges, bro. Like, I don't know what people want. This Pistons team plays physical, and it ain't even always about fighting. I don't even think that they want to step out there to fight. What is a lot of people seeing? The Pistons aren't the ones starting things, but they're the ones definitely willing to finish it. Now, are there a couple teams in the league that have proven, and it's just a handful, maybe not even, that they can be just as physical or they can try and play in that realm? Yes, there's some other teams that have proven that. Shout out to those teams. Last I checked, the Pistons still don't have 20 losses on the year. They are 45-16. Congratulations. You found a stretch where, let's see here, man, with the Pistons here. Let's look at these standings. You found a stretch where the woeful Pistons are 7-3 in their last 10 games. Oh, they're playing so bad. This is the bad stretch? We've come so far. The bad stretch used to be 28 in a row. It used to be 14 wins all season. 17 all season. You guys are sitting here complaining about the team who you're still looking up at. That's why I'm just like, look, there are things that we can, when we're going to get into the game by game and the nitty gritty, what we think this and that idea. We've seen this team play very well against really good teams in this league, and we've also seen and make those really good teams look as pedestrian as we've seen the Pistons look tonight. But overall, like you said it, you've continued to say it. Guys, I'm not shaking about what this Pistons team can be. Mm-hmm. Look, we all believe that their peak was get to the finals. We all believe that this team has shown the ability to play for that opportunity to get to the finals. And that's where I set their floor. Get to that Eastern Conference championship. And there's not any team in the East, realistically, that has shaken my confidence in that being the goal, including these Pistons.
Look, this New York shit, I mean, look, this is what it is. I honestly, I wish the New York Knicks players, coaching staff, front office, all had the same confidence that these New York fans do.
They're only 6-4 in their last 10.
Pistons.
Sorry, Knicks.
We got another super chat.
Yeah, no, we got a couple super chats to clean up. We got Nicholas Anthony 499.
We'll have some fun.
They were who we thought they were. LML. I don't know what that means. Regular season champs. I don't know what LML means.
Okay, listen. So let's say the Pistons. Let's say the Pistons. They make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They get bounced. Or even they make it to the second round and get bounced, and they won the Eastern Conference in the regular season. That's a win. You took a major step. Mm-hmm. This team, it's a stepping stone. Name one team that's won a championship that has not got there, failed, and then had to go back again, retool, and get better in order to win the Eastern Conference or to win the Western Conference, and then to win a championship. Like the Celtics had to do that. They had to go back, retool. They had to go back and get certain players to adapt with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and they ended up winning a championship. But they lost in the Eastern Conference Finals. They lost in the finals. It's a learning lesson. Like this Pistons team is going to go through one of those where, okay, yeah, we might not have got it done, but we just learned something very valuable.
And I just want to know how many times the New York Knicks fans are going to move the goalpost, because it was first time, can't wait to see y'all. Then it was, can't wait to see you again. Then it was, well, at least we're NBA Cup champions. And then it became, Pistons are on a fraud schedule. Then it's like, wait till All-Star break. And then that happened, and now it's wait till playoffs and talk. I honestly, I respect how much you guys move the goalposts. I really do. You guys do tricks on it for a mediocre team that's overhyped by the national media that hasn't done shit in this century. And
Crotona B says, Son got an NHL hat on with an NBA sweater on. That's why y'all lost. Son is Detroit Kool-Aid. That is me. And guess what? This is the best season the Pistons have had in a long time, and this has been pretty much the combo this season for a reason. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. People zoom in on one game where the Pistons are literally having their best season in over a decade and a half, bro.
But Kool-Aid,
I'm going to keep wearing the Red Wings, who play where? In Detroit. In what building? The same one that this team does.
That's facts. That's facts. Mishanuga.
I just want to know, is that not a reason to rep your favorite teams?
I'm gonna rep your favorite teams. Wait till he sees me with the old New York fans hat on that I had out in L.A.
New Yorkers can't be happy. You know that. They can't be happy. They can't be comfortable. We know.
I love that for New York fans. It's not if their team has won or lost. It's about run where the Pistons fans and media are whenever the Pistons lose.
I appreciate them paying rent for Detroit in such an expensive state. I appreciate that. Mishanuga with the super chat. He's got two of them. We got to clean up. Crotona is Tracy Morgan trolling. That's probably.
Didn't you throw up? Didn't you throw up on the court side of the game? Like, didn't you over there looking disgusting?
I would too.
Do you remember the Pistons last game against the Knicks when they went to Celeb Row and literally every single New York Knicks celebrity fan looked absolutely sick.
Disgusting.
That's how all of your fans in that city and state look.
Yeah. Again, I appreciate the hospitality New York has shown us and will continue to show us if they get the 4th seed like they're so terrified of getting. Mishanuga with another super chat. I'm going to bounce over to the Spurs site and brag that we beat the Knicks by 82 points in 3 games. Yeah, that's what New York fans are doing right now. Well, we beat San Antonio. Well, we beat you by 82 fucking points every time. Didn't matter who was on the court and who was off the court. We whooped your ass.
Let them see that backhand.
Period. Blank.
Let them see the backhand.
No, they'll see it in the playoffs. They'll see it in the playoffs. It's 30. It's 30. Big trust.
He said it's 30. I love that, man. Look, I'm not even going through this box score right now. I'm just not. Or the team stats or anything of that nature.
Best
like you
city
said,
in
in
the
this
world.
one, this was one that was like, we know exactly
Your
what
most
went down here,
iconic
bro.
your Statue of Liberty's not even from here, man. Your most iconic thing about you is fraudulent.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Chris.
Who gave them the Statue of Liberty?
You walk around the streets and it's nothing but dirt. Why would you I don't understand. Rats and all over the place. Like, come on, man. Stop it, man.
Nothing but trash.
Happy.
Oh, all right, hold on.
You gotta live in a 200 square foot apartment and pay $20,000.
That's why I'm grateful. That's why I'm grateful. Janky and them are paying rent for Detroit.
But I like this one here. Nicholas Anthony. He's like, all right, look, I'll give y'all respect though. Cade is the MVP. I'll be honest. But then he goes and says this. But it's just all regular season things though. Come on, bro. But I'll take the backhanded compliment.
It's a stepping stone.
Okay. Well, the playoffs haven't happened yet. So if like Nicholas Anthony, like appreciate it. Like if the Pistons fall flat on their face in round 1 or 2, then yeah, all of this does look stupid. And yes, Trajan does have to make some major changes. All of those things are true. But right now, you can only go off of what's happening right now.
Oh.
Right now, we are smacking the Knicks by a combined 82 points.
I haven't heard this one since 2004. Bankruptcy. Shout out, Janky. I think you missed us with that one. I can't even say you got me. I can't even joke with that one. Detroit is thriving right now. You know what? If you have to go to the bottom before you get back up, at least we did it the hard way. That is the Detroit way. Let's go on ahead, address the situation, face the responsibilities, bounce back, and now the city is thriving. And there's parts of it that need to get better. Tremendously better. I got family that stay out there, and my parents grew up out there. But I'm not going to sit here and act like the progress that this city has made is something I'm just going to let somebody just get a little shout off on.
You ain't about to
beautiful, dog.
You ain't about to
It's beautiful.
disrespect.
Trust me, New York. If you don't get your way, you'll have to see it, and you'll have to see it the hard way. But the greatest 2 things about New York are both foreign: the Statue of Liberty and Linsanity.
Wait. No, there's a third thing. There's a third thing that's foreign.
Yeah,
Coney Island.
Coney Island.
Where'd you get your Coney Islands from?
That's true.
Go check your history.
That's true. Nothing New York. The greatest New York shit ain't New York. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say, man. I can't wait. Man. Shout out to you guys. I love doing this, man. It's all fun and games.
Mr. Dugan said Kool-Aid. We still have the lies though. LOL. Sorry. Listen, man. Don't be talking about our.
Did you read that?
What is that? That's unofficially what 95 miles an hour on the lodge, even though it's listed at 55. Yeah. Sheesh.
Did you read the?
I know New Yorkers are calling Detroit dirty as fuck. I know that.
You read
that off for us, Jeff.
Chat? So
What?
Keith Gallardo with the $199 super chat. Joe Louis fist saved France.
Facts.
Dog, I like the fact that look, Spurs, if there weren't any Spurs fans here, they're probably gone. It's just Pistons and Knicks fans in this chat right now, dog. And
I know, this is funny.
I'll be fair with you. The NBA has to find a way to make that a playoff matchup. We know that sports is they're all turning their leagues into sports businesses, into entertainment businesses. Get me Pistons and Knicks in the playoffs, man. That's all I want.
That's what the fans want, but that's not what their organization wants. That's not what Cat wants. That's not what Jalen Brunson wants.
Tell them, dog.
Like they don't want the Pistons at all. They're scared of the Pistons. They're terrified of the Pistons.
Their fans are scared of the Pistons.
A couple of them want the Pistons. A couple of them, you know what? They're masochists. They like seeing pain.
That's when you know it's over and you trying to be all big. You tell, I don't care. Yeah. You can go to the club without me. I'm tough. That's what the New York fans sound like right now as for the Pistons. You do not want this.
Wait, we got alleged Boston Celtics fans in here, Cavs fans in here, and Knicks fans in here.
They all in this mug.
Because they all got to look up somewhere.
You
got to look at the top.
I thought we would be done by like 10:45 tonight.
I know. I thought so too.
Like 25 minutes, 20 minutes on here.
That's what I love. Brunson hit a dagger and blew a kiss to top it off. Keep living in the past, buddy. Keep living in the
Somebody
past.
sent him the picture of Tim Hardaway literally sitting there being fouled in the league saying, yeah, we effed up on that one there, buddy.
Yeah.
Listen, enjoy it. You got away with one. You got the calls your way and student and
All
play.
because we lost a game
And you
in March.
barely squeaked by just to what? Literally underperform. Can you imagine if this was, though, our championship year? Can you imagine if we parted with, I don't know, 5 first-round picks? Can you imagine if we parted with players that actually were contributing for a guy like Karl Anthony Towns and you still couldn't get it done? Can you imagine you have actually Jalen Brunson on your squad?
Kool-Aid, if
You're
I'm-
Kia Clutch Player of the Year, and you still can't get it done. And
Kool-Aid.
guess what? And that's what this year, do you really think you're going to get it done this year, Knicks fans? Seriously. Even Platte is sitting up here saying, look, I don't believe that the Pistons are a championship team. But they're on the ascent. We both know that they're on a rise. We both know that they have what they need to get there. Do you really believe that about Knicks, though? Come on. What up, Doja?
Cool. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, the way the New York Knicks fans are talking about last season, you would have think they won the championship. You would have think they got there. They won that championship.
I told you they're going to enter
I don't
into
remember seeing
all
them
dysfunction
win.
team after last year's playoffs. And what did they wind
All
up doing?
delusion.
They lost some of their players. They got rid of their coach. They thought coaches were just going to line up. Nope, trust me. And where do they go from here? How do you make your improvements from here? If you flame out right now, what do you start selling the different parts of it? Are you selling
With
Karl
all
Anthony
that money
Towns?
on the books,
And Heem, I'm not even arguing with you, Heem. You're not on my issue. We ain't got nothing to say to you. He says Spurs is the Pistons daddy, LOL. Knicks, we're your daddy. All right,
Yeah.
I ain't saying nothing to the Spurs.
Yeah, no.
Honor your mother and your father.
I can't,
right?
can't say nothing to the Spurs right now. They beat you twice, and the second time was convincing. So
Cortana say he can't wait to see us
Yeah.
again, dog.
no, I can't.
This was fun.
I
Actually.
can't wait. I truly cannot wait. And again, I wish your coaching staff, the players, everybody that you love, everybody that you spend your hard-earned dollars and beliefs in, I wish they had those same beliefs that you do, but they don't. They're
you know what's
terrified
crazy?
of
When New
this.
York Knicks fans go to bed at night, they have nightmares about Cade Cunningham and the Detroit
They do.
Pistons. Like, they legit have nightmares. Because if they didn't, they would not be in the chat going this
Hold on.
crazy over something that happened
Hold on.
last year.
Not just this crazy. Check this out. Janky. Cavs fans and Celtics fans are talking crap too, but y'all are only talking about the Knicks. Y'all are embarrassing. Bro, are you serious? We'll just leave that there. I think we got a couple more super
I mean,
chats.
he just looks goofy. He
Come
just
on.
looks goofy.
Can you please roast them too?
Shout out Janky
No.
New Yorkers.
The
I don't want
Celtics
to
have
right
done
now.
something you haven't done and won a championship. Like, good Lord.
Wait, hold on. Let me
New York's
see.
got to get some.
Oh, you're right, because Cavs and Celtics, they have actually won championships.
They got to get other people to fight their fights for them,
Jesus.
like San Antonio
Look at he-
tonight.
he's
We know
running
New
for
York.
help.
We
You
how
know
they
this is
done.
this is gonna wind up in Knicks Reddit somewhere. You know
Yeah.
this is.
This dude's running for
Hey,
help.
look, Knicks
He's
fans,
like,
put
"Cavs
this
fans,
up. Get
Celtics
this out there
fans,
to your
help me."
people.
Yeah.
If they overrun us, we will do another stream at some point time tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
I promise you. Or Saturday night, we will wait for them after the game, dog.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
swear. Mishanuga, he says, F the Knicks, April and the D, baby. Great show with the one
Shout out.
super chat, man.
Bro,
Shout out,
I
Mr.
think
Nuga.
Janky, you're talking about we're
He just
obsessed
said
with the
another
Knicks.
super
You're
chat.
He
in,
said another one.
on,
Fuck
dog.
Boston and Cleveland. You happy now?
And he paid for it. Shout out, dog. Detroit, though, man, right? I
Yeah,
love our
man.
fans, man. Shout out, Mishanuga.
We got the best fans in the world. We don't got these New York fans that are dumb, stupid.
this dude's talking about we're obsessed with the Knicks. You're in a Detroit Pistons
Yeah.
stream.
We didn't bring you up tonight. We did it.
A
We didn't
Detroit
take that.
Network Pistons stream.
Yeah.
Over here talking about your Knicks.
It was
But,
our fault.
but we're obsessed with you.
This algorithm
Right,
is
buddy.
powerful. We said, get this into the Knicks algorithm. And then, sure enough. But you know what, Cortana? I can't wait. Because I like when the fans, they come back and we know it's a little bit of, hey, we're going to stand on our side. Y'all stand on your side. But at the end of the day, I like this. He said, Detroit is a strong team, and y'all are a matchup problem for the Knicks. But y'all got to prove it in the postseason, bro. And you know what? That's why I absolutely shake hands. If there's any Knicks fans out there with that mentality, I can shake hands with, because that is the next step for the Pistons.
Be
to
respectful.
prove it in the playoffs. We're saying that too.
100%. We're saying that too.
Be respectful.
We're going off right now. We're
Yeah.
going off right now. And right now, we own the Knicks. But the Knicks have that playoff talking point until this year.
Oh, we should have remixed. No. They're asking where's Anton at. It's like this wasn't necessarily a Knicks stream, but we will do something where I get some content in, and Anton can be able to talk directly to Knicks fans because this would have been epic. But
we'd be going to 1 a.m.
Trust me, I don't know that to be true, brother.
And you know what? Shout out to the people, man. 105 likes on this stream.
Yep.
You talk about generally, you need some Pistons wins and things like that, and then people feel a little bit more happy. But you guys supporting the stream, regardless of what's going on the court, has meant the world. I promise you guys that. So thank you guys for being here and supporting us. Any last words, Jeff and Platte?
Man, look, I'm just really looking for this Pistons team to bounce back, but bounce back with a vengeance. Like I want to see them actually get back to playing Detroit basketball. Get back to that physical, creating turnovers defense.
Standing over
where
people. Yeah.
You are using your defense as your greatest weapon for your offense. That's what I want to get them back to them, doing. And over this, kind of like this 4-game stretch, I've seen less and less of it as each game has gone by. So hopefully, they take care of business against obviously a Nets team that, bottom of the league, not much to offer in terms of competitiveness there. So I want to see them go right out the gate and just get ahead of the Nets and just put their foot right on their throat, like immediately.
Knicks fans are soft, dude. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. You got your leader Stephen A. Smith cowering on national television.
I'm scared,
cowering.
y'all. I'm
scared,
y'all.
That's your man's. Just saying, man.
Detroit Kool-Aid would never.
Hey, look, man. Look, it's all fun. I'm sure there are Detroit sports fans in the Knicks chat, just like they are here. And guess what? I mean, look, y'all got to go off last year, but eventually this year is happening. And you have to accept that this year is now. You have to accept that you live in the now. Because you can't go back to the past. Because you have to really, really go back if you want to talk about the past for New York. You have to really, really go back.
No. They raised
in their journey
cup banner. Or they didn't.
No, they didn't put the banner up because apparently it wasn't important to them. To them. Apparently they thought more success was coming their way.
Remember when their fans say, this is what we're supposed to do is win. Now what are they saying now, though?
Secretly,
months after, now they're like, we want an NBA Cup, though. Respect us.
Yeah, one day we're just gonna walk in that building, and you're just gonna see it up there hanging in the rafters. They're just gonna sneakily put it up there, like they weren't downplaying it.
Oh,
so yeah, no, New York, we ain't scared of y'all. Man, we ain't scared of New York at all. I can't wait to see you in the playoffs, Janky. Like I said, I hope you get the 4 seed because that means we're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. And that's it. That's it for me today.
And you know what, man? This game, it all boils down to seeing the Pistons get back to their identity.
Yep.
This was a tough stretch of games. When we talk about, in the beginning of the season when we played that game, oh, man, this is a tough stretch. In hindsight, this was a tough stretch. Shea or no Shea, this was a tough stretch for the Pistons. They had to do some of it shorthanded, and now they're getting tonight was the night where the injury report was clean. But they quickly put Asar Thompson on there, so we hope he's okay. Get him some load management as well. If you can sneak in a game or two extra for Asar Thompson, because those other players are the ones I would look to try and get a game off. If you can sit during for a game, but Cade is the one that I need that rhythm. Maybe you reduce the minutes a little bit because he's routinely played the most minutes each night, but I would probably reduce those minutes just a little bit, even if it's like 2 to 5 minutes, rather than full-on load management. And I would start to have other players bring the ball down the court and set Cade up in a position to be a little bit more efficient on offense, right to his spots. So if he wants it in the mid-range, I'm sorry, there needs to be some pick-and-roll action up top between a secondary ball handler and Jalen Duren going over to the side that Cade is so that you can give him the ball and he can make the decision to just jab step one, go to the left, and pull up. That seems to be his thing. I don't understand why they don't manufacture it. Every ISO player in the league can do this.
Yeah.
Like we saw DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine make careers off of this. So we see him be able to do this. I know he's a very unselfish player, but this team sometimes is standing around looking like, what you gonna do, Cade? And when it's like that, because this is the problem. When you mismatch your team with players who are looking for what you gonna do, Cade, and then you also have some Karis averts. Karis is like, none of y'all shooting this? Shoot, I'm shooting it. That's the problem. And if Cade don't be like, Karis, give me the effing rock, Karis is going to be one of the ones to shoot it, while the rest of the team is sitting around. Duncan is looking like, all right, you pass to me, so I'll shoot the three. Everybody else is sitting there like, you gave me the ball, dribble. You know, I want to see Cade get into a position to where he is a lot more direct when his team gets into those phases, because it's not all the time that they're like that. But these teams with the faster defenders, the faster guard play, and a little bit of a paint presence, those are the ones that are causing these issues for the Pistons right now. And that's why I believe Cade has to be, honestly, what can push the Pistons over the top when those things arise.
Yes, this has to be a team that lives and dies by Cade Cunningham, because you don't have a legitimate second option. You have a team that's built entirely around Cade right now that Trajan wants to evaluate how he sees fit further. So to me, it's about the Pistons getting back to their element. They have to take care of the basketball. They can't turn the ball over. They have to win points in the paint. They have to win the rebound battle, and they have to win, again, points off paint, fast break points, those kinds of things. You have to win the margins, because you know you're going to lose on most nights, 3-point and free throws, if not free throw percentage. So you know you're going to lose those. So you have to counteract those with those other elements. And the Pistons have done that successfully against a lot of great teams this year. They need to get back to that. I think they're in a funk, man. It's hard to play as hard as they do for the entire season. And again, you've gone against some good teams, so I think they'll turn around. I'm not worried about it. Mishanuga has a super chat in there that he says NYC just has hip hop and mega. Hip hop, historically, yes. Shout out Hove, he's the GOAT. But I mean, Detroit passed you there too. I mean, we're better than you at basketball. We know that, but.
Yep. And
we passed you there too.
Hold my hip hop legends in high esteem. Shout out Barshawn, Squirt from Grandmaster Fast and Furious 5, Houdini, but that's going back a long time.
Yeah, no, you got your 2000s run with Jay, with 50, you know, with all of that, with Ja. Like you had your
Detroit
run.
world right now in terms of hip hop.
Absolutely.
I'm being real. You got everybody from KD to Complex, to all the different magazines out there that are telling you exactly what it is, man. So and I wanted to end on this one, man, on this note here, unless there's any other comments or whatever. Dre Money 313. Shout out to Dre Money, because I seen you in there all show, especially when these other fans came in here fighting that good fight, as have a lot of Piston fans in there. So smash that like button. But he says, I'm always on my city page. That's why I'm here right now. So shout out to Dre Money 313 and all the other Pistons fans that are here. Shout out to the fans of other teams that are here as well. Why don't y'all go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, and put that alert on so you know when we're going live. Y'all know exactly where to be. Come on. All right, Saturday night, y'all better be here. Right after the Brooklyn Nets game, we're going live. Now, if the Pistons lose, which I don't suspect at all, I actually think they're about to open up a can. You already know we're probably going to be overrun. But if we win, y'all better show up. I expect you guys to be there. But it's your boy Brandon Dent, Detroit Kool-Aid, Credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. Ball no Platte.
Yes,
and
sir.
We got Jeff. I don't even. It's
Janky,
just,
formal invite to Rap Cave if you
Rap.
want to debate New York versus Detroit rap. If you want to do that tomorrow, we are live on the Rap Cave. Please tap in, Janky.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He said he said I need to be drug tested for that. Listen, we could go New York versus Detroit rap tomorrow. We could do that at 9 p.m. on the Rap Cave podcast, the channel I've been commenting at. So please subscribe and tap in. Tap in live.
We'll let that be the last word.
You can subscribe after we beat
Support
your ass.
my guy Platte, man.
Yeah,
seriously.
But no, all seriousness, man. I can't wait to see this Piston team get back to it. They got a couple easy games. Kool-Aid, like you said, this is the perfect remedy. You got some very beatable games coming up, some very winnable games. Let Asar rest up, like you said, and I think that this Piston team will, they'll get a couple wins that make you feel good, and again. At this point, the Pistons have nothing more to prove in the regular season. That's where New York, Cavs, Boston Celtics fans, whatever, can say their truth, is that the Pistons have to prove it in the playoffs. I can meet in the middle there and say that. So that's why I'm not crashing out over a loss to San Antonio, and I'm not getting high if we go out there and smack the Brooklyn Nets. Like, to me, this Pistons team has proven what they've proven all season. Now it's about, can you do it in the playoffs? And we're seeing some playoff caliber basketball right now, so I think it's a good thing for us.
And you know what? This is the
Jay
last
Dilla,
word
enough
right
said.
here. Mishanuga, 1999 super chat. Jay Dilla, enough said.
Facts.
Shout out. Hey, man. Hey, look. Hey, Dre Money one more time. He said, major shout out to y'all. Team Detroit 313 until the world blows. Shout out, man. Hey, have a good night, y'all. Be blessed. Go Pistons. They're going to get this thing right. Think about it. Let's rock. Doo-doo-doo.